Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Ayé wo la ò jẹ rí? Tell them, let them know, say, wọ́n lè bá. Then they see us as they emulate. Then one begin, they imitate. Maybe someday they go graduate. Many people don't know about Baba. I see they go. Owó lọmọ gbàgbé òṣì. Ìjẹ̀bú Àwùjalẹ̀. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Kékeré Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn tó mọ̀ wá o. Àgbà Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn alábòsí o. Àríyá rẹpẹtẹ. Come on! Ìjẹ̀bú jó dáadáa. Ìjẹ̀bú Jayọ̀bá. We done the ball with the represent. Olówó lọmọ ṣe yóò. Ìjẹ̀bú lọmọ kò sóṣì. Ayé wo la ò jẹ rí? Tell them, let them know, say, wọ́n lè bá. Ìjẹ̀bú Àwùjalẹ̀. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Kékeré Ìjẹ̀bú o. Come on! Àwọn tó mọ̀ wá o. Àgbà Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn alábòsí o. Egbe. Ó pọ̀. Come on. Mo fọ́ kó yínú. Yínú. Egbe. Ó pọ̀. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Ṣé ń gbọ́ àwọn dà? See them. Kékeré Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn tó mọ̀ wá o. Àgbà Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn alábòsí o. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Come on.
Good morning, everybody. You are all welcome to our Sunday sermon again this Sunday. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, One Man, for that song. I always vibe to that Ijebu song anytime you bring it on. Thank you so much, One Man. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. Let me see. Who can I say hello to this morning? Okay, I can see. Chukwu Igwe. Thank you for joining us this morning. My darling Chioma, she's in the studio already. Thank you, Chioma, for always coming to support. Thank you, darling. One Man, please, can you bring up our first topic?
All right, that's actually Chiamaka, not Chioma. I think it's so that's Chiamaka. We're trying to tease her to come on. She comes on every now and then, but we'll see if we can tease her to come on today. But
apart from Chiamaka, I'm saying good morning to Chukwu Igwe as well.
Yes, that's Chooks right there. Yeah. So and good morning to you as well, Dubs. So good morning to you, Dubs. So we kick it off with this one. This is a very, very tricky one, Dubsy. It cuts to the heart of something that affects so many families. But where is the morality positioned? It says, I can't sleep, says 25-year-old lawyer as she reveals her dad just welcomed twins at 60. So her 60-year-old father just had a set of twins. It says, what a morning. Congratulations to my family. I am a big sister at 25. Twin baby girls. I have not fully processed it. My dad is 60. His children are a day old. So when they are 20, he would be 80. When they are 15, their immediate elder sister, me, will be 40. Waiting be this. So waiting be this is the question, Dupsy. Yeah, you kick it off. Actually, I think we got Zita joining us as well.
Good.
And then and Chima, of course. We're wondering if Chiamaka will join us as well. But yes. Double check this. Sorry, Dupes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Chima.
No, I think
Chima.
she was in a conversation and she wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, man, thank you so much. This is an important topic, and we have to address it from different perspectives this morning.
Give me some time.
Okay, Zita. Okay, so we have to address it from different angles because they come across as if it's not this lady as she shared this with us, so we have to bring it from the lady's side and the men's side. So when a 25-year-old is bothered that by the time her dad is 80, the twins will be 20. So I'm not even, I think for me, for a man can have a child at any time because it's not going to weigh the man down. He's not the one that's going to carry the pregnancy. So if you have the means, please do not burden anybody, including your children. Because sometimes when you do this to the psychic of a 25, do you know some people withdraw from having children on their own when you overburden them with your own children? So please, it's not really nice to overburden your own child with the children that you're going to have at your latter years. So please have people that will take care of those children that you'll be having. Don't come and burden, because some people will even ask financial help from their children. I don't think that's right. Coming from a woman's perspective, when you want to have children at later years, probably because of your career or you couldn't get married, early enough, there are two things that we should consider. We should consider the woman's, eggs that they produce. Do you understand? So I always advise that if you think you're a woman and you're getting to like 35 to 40 and you don't have a spouse yet, or you're not even ready yourself, probably psychologically, physically, to carry a child is okay. So I always advise that people should freeze their egg from 25 because of the quality of the egg at that age. So it's better to freeze it at that time. Harvest it, freeze it, keep it. So by the time you're ready, the quality of the egg will still be as it was when you're 25. So it's important for women to know that. And it's not compulsory. I always preach that woman. It's not compulsory. Don't be under any tension to have children. If you're not ready mentally, physically, and psychologically, please do not have. But if you're somebody that is willing, it's better to freeze your egg when the quality is at its peak. And I hope people understand what I mean by that. Because when you're growing older, the quality of those eggs reduced. That's when people are prone to having children with disabilities, Down syndrome, and all that. So it's always good to know, to have the plan, because most of us do things unconsciously. So that's why there are a lot of education around right nowadays, that you have to be well educated about this thing so that you'll be conscious of what you're doing. Don't say because you didn't get a man or you didn't get married on time, you fail to know all those things. So it's important to be educated regarding all those things. And if you're a man, you can still have a child at 60, 80, 90, 100. But please have the resources to take care of those children. Don't overburden your own children that you've had in your earlier years with those children you're having in your later years. And a woman too that wants to have a child maybe later in your age, maybe 45, 50, it's okay. And that's why I said harvest your egg. But physically too, it might not be easy. So please try and make sure you get help, because it can be overwhelming as well when you have a child when you're older.
Dupsy, there may be other there are other complexities that I don't think we've yet spoken on. So
Okay.
we're going with the example of this lady here that is are we saying she's putting her father on blast even? But she's alarming that look at this situation. But in terms of older people having children, there are countless and countless examples of people being married for 20, 25, even 30 years before they're then able to have children. And then when they have those children, they often have them in multiples, which is to tell you that it's some sort of assisted process that got them there. So we've had instances of people well into their 50s, women that is, having children. So they carry the pregnancy successfully. They give birth to these children who are healthy. So that's the good news. But then the mother of those children, she's 52, 53. The father is probably around about 60 something. Is that right? Is really where the question is. Is that right? So they give birth. There's no real prospects of any breastfeeding. So there's a lot of things that should happen in those children's lives that are cancelled out just as a consequence of having geriatric parents. So they would imagine the school experience when the children start nursery school, and the parents go to drop them off. Everybody, they're like the grandfather to the children when they're dropping them off. They can't play sports with the children. The generational gap and all that, the social stigma, so a lot of complexities around that then you want to then question if it's appropriate for somebody in their mid to late 40s, 50s, thereabout, especially female, having children. And even if a man is in his 60s thereabout, if it's a billionaire even, you don't really want to be recommending that he should be, going into that space. Because his time then is that much more limited than if he were in his 30s thereabout. Do you understand? So all those things that I just listed, he can do it with those children. And then when he passes on, who takes on that fatherly role for those children, which is probably the most crucial role in guiding a child through life. So a lot of complexities to it, Dubs.
I agree totally with you, one man. And I think it's even better for a man, I won't lie, than a woman. Because I think it's just the pressure for people, both men and women, especially when you have not had any child before. I don't think it's necessary. People should know where they are at any particular point in their mental health, especially women. If you think it's going to be a big stress on your body, I don't think we should continually start looking for a child. At some point in you, when you reach some age, you can't have a child. Maybe people should adopt, or even it's not even necessary. I won't lie, but people will come and start attacking me now. Don't say that. I don't see any points in it. For me, that's my opinion. That you have to. That the society, the culture and the religion will just pressurize people into making sure they have their own biological child. I don't think it's easy for anybody, a man or a woman, but more so for a woman. If you're getting older, to do the runarounds, the things one man just mentioned, school runs and all those things, it's going to take a big toll on your body. So I don't think that when I got married, and if I didn't have any children by 15 years after marriage, woman, I don't think I will try again. That is me. But most people are not like that. They are pressurized because of the society.
Yeah, but Dukes, it may be a decision for you to make as a female, but
I'm back.
Yes, but as a man, let me make this point. Then maybe you want to move it around. But as a man, it's very, very difficult for you not to have children, because if you don't have children, then your bloodline stops with you right there.
Bloodline stop. Where's your bloodline?
Who carries on your bloodline?
Which name gone on?
Who carries? No, your genetics. A child is a replication of 50-50, the mother and the father. So then your genetics projects then into the future by virtue of that child. But if you don't have any, then your genetics, your bloodline as an individual, it ends with you.
Well, man, this is a kind of narrative that you people spread around, that people will be under pressure to go and do what they are not supposed to do. Do you understand? This kind of narrative, your genetics, who recognize that your genetics anyway.
But that's our reality, Miss Dupsy. No matter
what reality is that? People should take things easy.
That's our reality. I mean,
I'm people sure, should take things easy.
I'm sure Obama wished he had a son. I mean, he has a wonderful legacy as the first Black.
But he didn't have one. What did he do? Did he kill himself?
No, he didn't kill himself. I'm just saying, I'm sure in his mind he wished he had one, because it's a big deal to be the first Black president, to have a son that will carry on that legacy.
Narrative that are not important at all to human existence.
That's your
that's people will start spewing that about and start confusing people. Chioma, oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I strongly disagree with one man. I believe that anyone, if you have the finances, you can have a child at any age. I mean, there's nannies, there's help, there's resources available to assist you in becoming the best mother, the best father that you can be. And with age comes wisdom. You can instill, loads of wisdom on your child and experiences, So one man, even if a man is 50 or 60, I encourage him to have children, because kids, for some people, it takes a toll on their life, but for others, it keeps them going, it makes them active, and, it gives them, makes them feel fulfilled, like, they have something to look forward to, they look forward to soccer practice, taking them to school dances and, concerts and, all this fun stuff. You don't just like retire and be a baby boomer. I mean, I would love to have a child if I'm like, maybe like 45, 50, that way I will be more active and, keep myself young and, be optimistic about life, instead of just looking forward to retiring in a nursing home or assisted living or in the house alone. So yeah, I believe that children makes you look forward to a lot of fun stuff in life, and not just get bored at home and watch sitcoms all day.
Thank you, Chioma. Thanks so much.
Oh yeah, and another thing, Ms. Dupsy, what one man said about your genetic, to pass it on the genetic bloodline. Yeah, it's very important for men, especially if you are a man that really, achieved a great deal in life. I mean, if you have a son, I mean, that's even better. I mean, your son can carry on your name, and, even do better than you, do great things. So yeah, I'm a feminist, right? But I also believe in, having, like, that Igbo culture, like having a son. A son is a very powerful thing to have, to carry on the legacy if you live a great life.
Can you hear me, Choma?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yes. You see instances of couples having daughter, and they can have 5 daughters. So when you start to see that, then if the woman is pregnant again, then you know that the chase is on for a son. You know? So it's just especially in the East, by the way, they don't joke with male child.
We don't joke.
Male children,
Even us ladies, women and Igbo girls, we already know what time it is. It's important for a man to have a son. Even people that come from like common household, like regular commoners, they're looking forward to having a male son. It's a big deal for us to carry on the last name, especially if you come from a good home. It's a big deal. So I encourage women, the first thing you pray for, if you're married to a great man, the first thing you should be praying for is a male son.
Can you imagine that kind of talk in 2024?
Are you being realistic right now? Are you being realistic right now?
Can you imagine that kind of narrative?
You guys need to stop this.
Let me finish. It's my time. I need to reclaim my time. Okay, thank you. As I was saying, my friend, was when she was dating. I know of my friend that's married to a very successful man. I can't mention his name, but when she was dating him, she's like, "Oh, I want to have twin girls," and da. I'm like, please remove that la la land, fantasy. Be realistic. This man is a great man. He came from a good family. I'm gonna be praying for a son. Let a son be the first thing you wish to come out of your womb, because you can easily be replaced. If not, by the grace of God, I'll keep you in that house. We do not play.
Chioma?
I'm telling her, and I said, after your first son, then you can wish for twin girls. But let your first prayer be, God, please give me a son. Because
coming out from your mouth,
her husband is a very important man, and you know him. I just don't want to mention name. But that was the first. I told her,
I don't want to know him.
Okay, please don't know that kind of person, Dulcie. Don't know that kind of person.
No.
I don't know that kind of person. You that I know, you don't think that. Please,
you guys are
please.
Not in the real world. In the real world, this is something that they don't want to.
Maybe there's another word me and Dulcie is in it.
But
exactly.
No.
Can you put people under pressure like this?
No, but
so who donates this male child?
In our house,
she forgot that the male child comes from the man, not the woman.
They don't know.
Thank you.
Don't know that.
Let's say the way it is. The male child comes from the woman. From the man, not the woman.
What I'm saying that she should be praying that God, please give me a male child.
Chioma, prayer or no, Rara? Prayer or no?
That's what
sorry, Chioma and Dupes. You can actually, through sperm selection, there's the science now that you can use to guarantee that male child.
Woman, don't even go there. Woman, don't even go there. Don't start, please. Let's just have this conversation. Stop stirring the pots, please.
What's that for? Selecting something. People pray for health nowadays. Is
it my turn to speak? Can I speak, please?
No, I'm not finished. That's the problem.
Choma, you're still not finished.
So bad. No, you guys came here to argue.
Let Choma land. Let my baby land.
I'm not done with my submission. And I'm going to take my time because now you guys are yelling on top of me. So I'm going to take my time. Thank you. So what I was saying before these females horribly interrupted me is the first thing a woman, if you're married to a great man and just a man that you love in general, just pray for a male child, especially if you're evil. Because people like Ms. Dufsey and Adama, they're not gonna tell you the truth, but they're discussing this behind your back, his family. Like,
Chioma, so you think if I don't have a male child for my husband, me
Lord,
like
have mercy.
But a male child holds volumes. It holds volume. It's a big deal. Okay, we don't mess with the male child. It's a big deal in my culture and in a lot of people's culture. But they don't want to come out and say it in public because they don't want to seem like they're against women. But that's the reality. That is our reality. So if you guys want to keep playing games. That's your life. But I tell my friends that let the first thing you wish for and pray for is a male child. Then you can have your little twin girls or all the females to populate in your house. But make sure you have a son. Let that be a big prayer. Because when you have a son, honey, they're going to keep you in that house till kingdom come.
Can you imagine?
Period.
Thank you, my Gen Z buddy.
I'm done. Thank you.
Zita, can you unmute? Zita, yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So, what is the topic, first of all?
That's it.
Choma, what is the topic?
The topic is geriatrics. Is it okay for geriatrics to be having children at old age, even women and men?
Yeah. So the lady complained that she's 25 years old and she's a lawyer, that she can't sleep because her dad just had a twin baby. So that's the complaint about from that lady. So
her dad had twin children.
Yeah, and he's 60.
And
60.
the father is 60.
Yeah.
And he's complaining.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, can we identify what children are in the first place? For me, I will start by saying they are a good thing. Very pleasant. It's good to see little legs running around your house, making noise. That's a very good thing. And over the years, they become us, right? Now, for each person, it depends on what you see a child as. Some people see it as their replacement in future. You are not God. They might even die before you. So what are you going to do? They might even die before the person, after the person is no longer able to have another child to replace them. So when it comes to the issue of children, people have to be very careful how they react to it. It's a very sensitive issue, and I will always advise adults not to take their lunacy to that direction. Leave them alone. They come when they want to come, and they actually leave when they want to leave. Having children is actually ridiculous for somebody to go through a long chart of calendar on when to have it, how to have it, and what to have it with. That's a wrong thing. Now, back to, I had somebody talking about male children and when to have it. I don't know. So the father had male children, right?
No, the father, we're just speaking in general.
Okay.
You know, I brought up the male. No, one man brought up passing on your genetic gene to the next generation, that you should have children. Everyone should. That way when you die.
So one man should be telling us the name of his great-great-great-grandfather. Because that's his lineage. So where is the man now?
That's
How
easy.
has he been
Is my name, and that's the point. My great-great-grandfather is still my name.
Children are not answering your name.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I'm sure. Probably your children are not answering your name.
No,
they're answering your great-grandfather's name.
No, they're answering my last name, which was the last name of my grandfather, great-grandfather, and throughout the centuries.
So where are you?
But the female child, that name stops as soon as she leaves the home. You know, so that's the point. Yeah.
you see, one man. When you want to talk about that, let's concentrate on Nigeria, right? We concentrate on Nigeria. It is very ridiculous for us to pick some certain things in involvement of technology, of civilization, and drop other things. You flow with everything. In those days, when they used to say a man represents the father, what if you have this measure? You know, these things are, when we talk like this, it's as if we are God. What if the person have 4 male children and at 98, his wife is maybe 80 and the 3 male children die? What's he gonna do? Commit suicide or what? These are some things over the years our ancestors, our people was running around, making it look, because they want this masculinity in them. If you look at it inwardly, it doesn't actually make any sense. Whether it's a male child or it's a female child, it doesn't make any sense. Because today, at the end of the day, your house is empty. Whether you have a male child or you have a female child, no one is going to stay with you. I know my cousins that have not visited their father's compound for years. And in fact, their father's house has even collapsed. Some of them have to bulldoze it to build whatever they want to build in that land. So what are we talking about?
we're talking. Don't miss Madam Zita. Don't minimize it. Let's like this is a like very important. You know, it's not about someone in your house. It's just carrying on the next generation.
Chioma, it's not important in any way.
Okay,
It's not important in any way. Please stop saying that. It's not important in any way. People are asking for healthy children. Nobody's asking for a male or female in 2024 any longer. Please,
let's continue. Allow her to land. Carrying your next generation. Continue.
Yeah, the male child is an important figure because he carries on the name of the whole family. He carries on the legacy.
How?
You know, in terms of generation wealth and the name itself. It's not about who's going to be in the house. It's about carrying on that genetic and the lineage. The name.
How? You've not
the name. It's Madam Zita. It's the name. You see, like someone like Dangote, right?
Sorry.
Like Dangote, if he has a male
how are they going to carry the name?
Sorry. Chioma, let me answer. Let me answer that question, Chioma. Let me answer it with an
live on.
Yes. Okay. Let me answer that question with an example. So if my name is John Smith, which is not, of course, but if my name was John Smith, my great grandfather, 6th generation.
Johnny, how you doing, Johnny? What's up?
Who's Johnny? Nisuru now.
No, I thought you. Your name's not John. I'm sorry.
To do this now, guy. He deliberately omitted himself just to disrupt. If my last name is Smith, my great, however many generations back, their last name will be Smith too, along that male line. But if my sister's name is also Jane Smith, as soon as she leaves that house to go into another house, that Smith name stops, and then it transmutes into whichever name that homestead has. So you do know the names of your great because it is the same name as yours.
Okay. One
man. Madam Zita, before you answer that question, please, one man. Your name and your last name, like you said, your great. I like the explanation you get. So, is that a guarantee that you make it to heaven with that last name?
That's not.
Nothing guarantees heaven, no, but the name carries on. The name carries on and is defended amongst humankind. So somebody to stand for and to defend your name.
Exactly, and the name will always live. That's why we still have our last name till this day.
Can I answer one man?
It's very important. So, as I know, some of us are feminists. I'm a feminist. I strongly support women, but I'm a realist. We always have to be real. Okay, let's not deceive ourselves because, we want to pity other women. I mean, if you are the only son of your father and you're listening to me, get you a male child. It's very important. Let no one deceive you. That's all I have to say. Don't let these women deceive you.
I'm not a feminist, but
I'm not. Please, don't count me. I don't know who you are talking about. Please. And if Miss Zita's time to talk, let her talk. Please, Chioma. Please advise yourself. Please advise yourself first. Please.
Sorry, everyone. Let's have one voice at a time. Dupsy, take charge.
Okay, Zita, can you just land so that we can
let me answer one man. One man is actually funny that we are discussing this because we shouldn't be discussing what we do not have control over. Let me explain. We do not have control over life. So for someone to sit down and decide that he's a man or he's a woman, he's supposed to have a male child that will take over his lineage and then continue, or his great-grandfather's lineage, and continue it down the line. Go get yourself a son. Don't get yourself a son. You need somebody in your house. This is working ahead of your time. More than way beyond taking decisions you don't have power or control over.
You can get a second wife. You can get a second wife.
Let me say this again. I ask a simple question. If you are 90 and your wife is 80, and all your life, how you see children is somebody that is going to represent you or your lineage in particular, and you are 90 and your wife is 80, and you have 3 boys and a girl, and you lost those 3 boys in a ghastly accident. I'm just saying, because life do happen. And then I ask, what are you gonna do?
But that's an anomaly now. That's not the norm.
That is what
that's
I am saying.
anomaly.
I am saying
so that's
that
not...
you do not have control over what you are saying. You don't.
Thank you, Zita.
Saying that you will have a male child, it is important that you have a male child, and that your reason. I'm not against anybody having a male child. It's a good thing. A child is a child to me. But I'm not against anybody who is particular about a certain gender in humanity. I don't have problem with that. But the reason why you are interested in that gender, that's what I am talking about. If the reason...
Okay, can you turn your camera off? You're driving, please.
If your reason is that you are now deciding that this person, I must have this gender because I want it to for continuity, I am saying this evening that what you are doing, you are taking a decision you don't have control over. It's as simple as ABC. You do not have control over that decision. That reason you are using to... If you say, well, I like the 2 genders in my house, I like a male child, I like a female child, I would like to have 2 of them to see how they behave. That's a different thing. But saying that you want them to live after you don't have control over it. That's the simple my argument. I hope anybody understands me.
Well, the grace of God would, give them.
Choma, let us move on,
because you didn't talk about God when you took that decision.
And that, no, I did. I said, pray to God to give you a male child.
Let's move
Any
on.
woman.
Who is next to speak?
Adama, please, can you let me just hear Chiamaka's view before I come to you, Adama? I'm so sorry.
All right, Dupsy, check your phone. Check your phone.
Okay. Chiamaka, can you unmute?
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Based on the issue, I came in because of what the way Choma is saying it, as if having only female child is a crime. I have only male sons here, and I'm the one who believe in. I wanted to have 2 boys and a girl, but he came in 3. I have 3 boys, and I was telling my husband, "Can we just try another one and have a girl?" And he was like, why should we have another girl when we have 3 boys already? I asked him, if I have only 3 girls, will you insist that we shouldn't have another one? He was like, no, he just want to have three children. Now, in the case that you are saying that you must have a son. If you have only girls, you must have a son that will represent the family. I don't agree with that. I have seen a family that have 9 girls, and the man later went to go and marry another woman. Later have 2 boys, and today is the women that are doing a lot of things in the family.
Okay, but why did he marry another woman? So he can have a son, right?
Because
so
your
comparison doesn't make sense because your husband is settled. You have
but Choma, let her talk now. She's talking. When you were talking, you didn't want interruption. Let her talk.
It's fine. It's just that the way we are putting it, as if you must have a male son before you can have identity. No, maybe your girl may have a son. Doesn't that count? Like one of the girls from the 9 girls, one of the girls she don't want to marry. She said she don't want to marry. She just want to have a son, and she's doing very well for herself. And she have a son. She have 2 boys now. Now she give the children to her mom. Doesn't that count? Must you marry for you to have a son? That will represent the family. Now it's the girls that are doing a lot of things now in the family. The man left the second wife now, came back to the first wife. Do you understand? So it's not much that you must have a son that will represent the family. If the
that's your opinion as a woman. That's your opinion as a woman. But when you're a matriarch of a very important family, you talk different. That's all I'm saying.
I don't agree.
Chiamaka, go ahead, Jerry.
I just don't agree. You have if only girl that you want to have, just thank God. And just like I said, not every woman that want to marry. Someone wants to have a child and just continue with their family. I have seen a lot. I'm able. I've seen a lot in my town. They just have a son and give their moms to went ahead and marry. All these things you must not have a just destroy your family. You must not have a male son for you to bear your father's name or to all these things.
God bless you.
Chiamaka, if you don't have a male child, then you can wait in anticipation of a second one.
No, Mama, please. Please. No, don't put that narrative out there. Please.
Even if I have 3 girls, I still believe that my husband will not because it's a man that believes in any child is a child. So I don't agree with that. I've seen family that have only girls and they are living fine.
Okay.
You understand?
Chiamaka, we are saying that people should become human.
We women, we tell ourselves.
Chiamaka, we are saying that people should become human. When we are human, that's when this world can be a saner place for each and every
exactly.
When we are saying this kind of narrative in 2024, it's still a problem for me.
It's a problem. It's a problem. We don't have to be thinking about that.
People have to have a male child. So if they don't have a male child for their husband, they should go and kill themselves.
Yes. Okay. In my family,
remember, there's always the VIP.
In my family, let me use my family as an example. We are 3 girls and 2 boys. Now, my two brothers have an accident. They died. We are just remaining 3 girls. So you tell my dad to go and marry another woman?
For saying that. May God bless you. Because they came and said
my mom should go outside and get pregnant again because my dad is dead. So my mom should go outside and so that I can have a mess. It's the 3 years. It's me and my 3 sisters that bury my dad. Give him a getting burial. Bury my mom. So since there is no son, should you leave the burial to stay? Should you leave them to stay? My dad is dead now. So are you expecting my mom to go and marry and to have a son to continue with the family?
No,
I don't understand.
Expect that. Your mom has
hold on, Chioma. Everybody, hold on. Can you hold on, Chioma?
Let me respond to her.
No, don't respond to her. Otherwise, we'll never move on.
No, I just wanted to tell her mom has fulfilled her obligation. So that one is not necessary. But I say, as a woman, that should be your first prayer point when you enter into a family. I'm telling you guys this. I'm not.
And woman, let's move on, please. We have to be, we have to be fast. So Adama will be the next person to talk. Woman, are you okay with that?
Woman, you wanted to talk. Go ahead if you wanted to talk.
No, I only wanted to ask a question now, but you are directing it, Dupsy, so we're all here at your. Yeah. But I was going to ask Chiamaka where her brothers fall in the hierarchy. What's their position?
In what way, please? Sorry, my children are crying.
So, in terms of first, second, third born.
Okay, I am the last. I had a. We had the second son, and the one that before me dies. I'm the last, and my brother. So.
Oh, all right. Okay, that answers my question. All right, back to you,
Adama.
Thank you, Dulcie. Thank you. Greetings, everyone. We're talking about marrying the lady that blasted her father. Dulcie, if I'm not wrong, that's what Chioma said. Like, the dad had twins at old age.
Very right. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was complaining. Well, my thing is, my advice for women is this: whatever you want to do with your body is your right. Whatever you want to do. Is the African culture where we feel or insist that a woman must produce. There are some women who cannot, and they are successful, and adoption is available. Anything you want to do, freeze your egg. But my warning to them is the older you get, those eggs are not going to be healthy eggs. I believe it's 35 from 30 at a certain, like Dopsy said, freeze your eggs so that if you decide in the near future, if you're a career person and you meet someone that you both have like
Yeah,
minds.
Adama, I said the quality of the egg after 35 is not that good.
Not good again.
Yeah,
yes. So we need to be and even when you decide to use those eggs, they do testings on those eggs. So those are the things we need to be mindful of. I won't support it for a man at that age, but whatever that will make him happy. I don't believe in telling people what to do. So long as you're in agreement with your partner, your spouse, who am I to say anything? But my thing is we need to be realistic and honest. Having kids at old age for me is not realistic, but at the same time, if that's what you want and you got to have it at a certain time, because a lot of things play into these factors why people have kids at a late age. I said career could be one of them, fertility issues could be one of them, but at the same time, let it be a decision both of you are going to make. And so long as you both are happy with it, that I don't care, like that's what matters. But know that when the child is active and wants to do something, if the man is the older one, he's not going to be as active with that child. So, and in terms of what your Chioma was saying, having male children, there is something we say, I believe in the, I always say this in the platform, I believe in science. We must realize that this human being is, we cannot create. And when a woman is pregnant, for those of our listeners listening, what you need to pray for is a healthy child. What you need to pray for is a healthy child. If you're someone who is particular about the sex, I would say go through that and pick your eggs, like pick, and know that the man is the one that produces the male child, not the woman. So if you're someone who is very particular, I happen to be one that married to a great man who doesn't care what the sex of the baby is. Thank God for that. And he's an able man. And trust me, and we have 2 great daughters. So
is he the only son? Is he the only son?
Chioma. What does the only son have to do with my conversation?
Answer my question.
No, I can't answer it. I decline your question.
Exactly.
Get back to what I was saying. What? No, back to my point now. Back to my Chioma when you talk. You know when you said we should not interrupt you, I muted it. I love you too, my sweetheart. You know you're my sister, but you give me. Yeah, actually, you come on so well. You come on so well.
I'm small now.
Male child. And so for those people calling for Chioma who is VIP and she likes the Jebu men VIP, Dangote, he has a male. I don't see the male. I don't see the male child. $10. I don't see the male child, yo. So anytime we're VIP section.
$10 has a male child.
But the child is autism.
But
he's autistic. So what I'm saying is, be careful, Chioma. Let me finish now. Let me finish. You will talk. No, let me finish. Unless you're Dangote's girlfriend. Last time I checked, you were not.
Okay, I'm Dangote's girlfriend. Let me answer you now.
No, you can't answer me because Chioma, me, I know you are not.
Daughter, she's not answering her husband's last name. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, now that is it. But when you see the dad come out, does he come out with you? He comes out with the daughter. You know, the problem here. You see DJ copy now. DJ copy everywhere. Daddy. Show Chioma long pay. So back to our conversation. So please, we need to be careful. We need to pray for healthy kids. And I want to say this in the African platform. Our kids, a lot of us are having kids with special needs. We need to ask ourselves why we're having kids that way. So with autism, ADHD, a lot of things are showing up. So we need to be mindful of what we ask for. None of us can create. Like I said, you're not God. 2, be careful what you ask for, because deep down, God knows our wishes and will. So at the end of the day, raise your children up in a solid foundation. That's what matters. Like I said last time, I am my children's role model, nobody else. And I know she's a great mom. She is her son's role model, and she's with a great Ijebu man, as far as I'm concerned. So, Dupsy, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Adama, right?
Thank you, Adama.
You should add to this advice that women should pray to belong to a family that is
Nobody needs any prayers. Prayers doesn't work. I won't preach that on my program. You know that. I don't believe in prayers. So please, Prince Daddy, if you can just give me 1 minute, I want to move to talk by O, because I want to hear all the ladies' view before I come to the main. So Prince Daddy, please, I know you're a gentleman. Talk by. Good morning, my sister.
Good morning, everyone.
No, hold on. Talk before you talk. Dupsy, other big people, boy, and be by your rational mind. Rational mind. Greetings, darling.
Oh, God. Kilo man share Adam Mabayi.
Mo kí èèyàn mi, má bínú jọ. Mama da dọ́pẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́hùn.
Alo máa recognize X. Alo máa recognize X.
Kò tí wàhálà X ni mo jẹ́ bọ̀yọ̀ mi pé bóyá ká má rẹ̀ kọ̀rọ̀ ká má mọ̀ bí dájú ṣe máa ń bá.
A lè kíra wa ń kọ̀rọ̀. Rational mind kò gbójú ẹ̀ sọ̀hún.
Má worry.
A lè kíra ń
Màá
kọ̀rọ̀.
bẹ̀rẹ̀ Canada very soon, má worry.
Tọ́pẹ́ o.
Mo support yẹn jàre, mo wà lẹ́yìn yẹn.
Tọ́pẹ́ o. Go ahead.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to see you all today. Mine will be brief. I'm at a swimming class, so there's so much noise here. My take on this topic: there's no limit to trying to pursue having children, and I'll use myself as an example. I got married in my mid 40s. My husband was in his late 60s. So that's already a red flag for it to be a no deal. To avoid having kids with genetic problems, because when you have kids at that age, they're prone to be exposed to one form or the other of genetic problems. Luckily for me, and as blessed as I've been, I wasn't in denial in my younger days. In my earlier 20s, 30s, I was diagnosed of series of fibroids, had series of cysts, had series of surgeries, and in the end, it was certified that I won't be able to have children normally. So going through that denial state didn't really work for me, because I took it in good strides, and then I wanted to explore other options. So the option I explored was thinking about IVF, and then the first step was to retrieve my eggs in my 30s. So I retrieved eggs in my 30s, and they were all kept in a bank. The suggestion was given to me by my fertility doctors to get an egg.
Are we still here? Or she dropped or what?
Yes, I think she may have dropped. She was saying that the connection wasn't good, but that was quite.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Tokwe.
Oh no, I think she dropped. But that was quite a compelling
very
submission.
Interesting. Yeah. Prince Daddy, are you here with us? Prince Daddy.
Okay. Yeah, hello, Dupsy. Yeah.
Good morning. Prince Daddy, I love you, but because of your religion affiliation, that's why I can't be your girlfriend. You know that. I've got nothing but love for you. You know that.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I appreciate it.
Hello.
Back.
Yeah.
Prince Daddy, please allow Tokwe to finish with the story. Tokwe.
All right.
Can you all hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I had to step out from my daughter's class to see if I could go outside and make it quieter. Sorry about that. Can you please let me watch? I need to take a call outside. Thank you. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Very
Okay.
well.
Where
Yeah.
did I stop, ladies? So I don't repeat myself.
Yeah, I think you were talking about the options that you had at the time, IVF, I think. Then you
Yes.
retrieved your eggs.
You said you'd
Yes.
frozen your eggs in your
30.
30s on the
Yes.
advice of your fertility doctors. That's where you
Yes.
were.
Because I knew that there was no hope with all the surgeries I had had, with the cysts and fibroids. So, but and then they gave me the option because of my age. At that time, I was approaching 40. The advice was if I was going to do anything, that would be the best time to get a sperm donor. So they gave me like an album that has different guys with heights, different heights, race, colors of eyes, colors of nails, all sort of thing. It was like a dating sites to pick and choose. But obviously, my mom, who is African, was of the opinion of Olomaje, tó bá lọ gba oko wèrè, ìran yín máa di wèrè. That's on no account will you get a sperm donor. So I was waiting. I had my eggs frozen, and I was like, "Oh, I'll wait till I get married." Yes, down the line, I got married, and I knew I had to have IVF because of the complications that had happened during my surgeries. And at that point, we're planning to go through IVF. So we did fertilizations of my husband's sperm and my eggs. And at the end of the day, we had I think we had three embryos, a girl, a boy, one, and then the third was deformed. And it was because we had a genetic testing. It was a must for us because of my age and because of my husband's age. At that point, my husband was getting towards late 60s. So we had to do that genetic testing. Insurance wasn't covering it because it was a new um, kind of test at that time. So we had to pay to have those embryos tested. So at the end, we had a girl and a boy, and one that was not good. So we decided to go with the boy. Within a week, we lost the boy. Long and short, today we had the girl. Thankful to God for that. So when it comes to the age, I will take it as quote the Bible. Sarah has had a child at 100 years or 90 something years, but at the same time, I'm more of a realist. If your body doesn't fit it, that is the time when you shouldn't go ahead and carry an embryo. Simple as that. My body wasn't taking it. They had given me the choice of carrying the pregnancy and either losing my life or losing my life and the child's life. That was where we got to the point where we had to explore other options. But at the end of the day, we went with surrogacy. So again, it's wherever you are at every point in time. If your health isn't taking it, even if you are in your 20s and you know your doctors have advised your health can take it, I don't know what kind of faith you have. I won't suggest you go ahead and try it. Just don't be in denial. Follow the doctor's instructions. There are options out there. There's IVS, there's surrogacy, there's adoption. Explore all options. That's how I basically see it. And I was thankful for not being in denial, taking my fate in my own hands, and working towards achieving what I wanted. I wanted to be a child. I wanted a child, sorry about that. And at the end of the day, I have a 4-year-old daughter now.
Thank you so much, Topper, for sharing. I really appreciate you, my sister. This is so important because a lot of people just live unconsciously, Topper. They don't really understand the depth of all those things. They just talk. They want a male child. They want. Are you joking?
A healthy
I, I,
child.
I don't even understand.
When you're in that situation, a healthy child is what you'll be looking
Oh my
for.
God.
Your thought process will be like, fuck and to hell with the man. He can have it. Another child outside, his son.
Anyhow,
I'll have my healthy child that matters.
Topper, God bless you. Thank you so much for
Okay, sis,
sharing.
you know I love you. Thanks for sharing,
Love you
okay?
so much,
Don't take
darling.
Choma is having a nice weekend. She has
Adama,
Dom Perignon.
you know,
She's
I don't
drinking
even
Dom
want to
Perignon. That's
comment.
what matters.
Adama, I know
She's
what you're
drinking
trying to
Dom
do.
Perignon.
And I need to
Adama, I
correct.
know what
I
you
need to
want to
correct
do,
some.
but
I need to correct something. Dupsy, Remo are not Ijebus. I am Remo. I'm from Shagamu Remo. We are not Ijebus because
You
you're
guys are
told
Ijebuzo.
we're
You
not.
guys
We're
are.
not. We're not Ijebus. I'm telling you,
I'm
we're
telling you.
Remos.
Ijebu no man thing, you know.
No, because they zoned that area into Ijebu Remo, but we're not the same.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Me, I'm
So
from Mondo.
yeah, so they
I'm
zoned
married
it
to
as
an Ijebu.
they zoned it into Ijebu Remo, but you have those who are from the Remo kingdom and you have those under the Ijebu kingdom.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they just zone for zoning purposes, they just put them together. We speak
Together.
similar languages. The dialect will change a bit, but we speak
Okay.
the same kind of language and we eat the same kind of food and dress
Food.
alike.
Thanks for correcting me, says. I really appreciate you. Prince
All right.
Daddy, can you
Oh,
unmute?
sorry, I have a little present for Topsy before you go on to Prince
Okay.
Daddy.
Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Ayé wo.
I'm dancing it here. I'm dancing it here. Can you see me?
Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Ayé wo la ò jẹ rí. Tell them, let them know say wọ́n lè bá.
I have a feeling that Tokwe O would have been to one or two O1 bears in her time. She's
Of
not.
course.
Yeah, she
She's
looks
still
like.
No,
in town now.
I'm having a
She
feeling
looks like she knows that.
That's where Chioma is in Ijebu. Please.
Adama, leave my baby
mentioning
alone
my
now.
name though. Miss
Leave my
Dipsy,
baby alone.
are you hearing Adama though? Do you hear Adama keep mentioning my name?
Adama, leave my baby alone.
Chioma may make it so program.
Adama, I will tap that ass. I promise you, baby.
Kí ni
I'm
gbogbo
gonna
yín
tap
kí ni
that
gbogbo
ass.
Ìgbò tó ń
Watch.
sọ? Ìyá àgbọ̀n nǹkan tó ń sọ.
Kò yé mi tọ́pẹ́. Please, Daddy, please go ahead, my brother.
All right. Thanks,
Prince Daddy, can I say
Dupsy.
something? Prince Daddy, can you
Let me.
please? Oh, hold on. It's up to you. You will make that decision. Can you please? Because I have to bounce in about 10 minutes. Can you allow me?
Okay, go ahead.
You
Yeah.
have to bounce. Oh, you bounce. Ta ló rún ẹ kó wá bí báyìí tẹ́lẹ̀? Tó bá máa bounce, ó dé máa bounce.
Without you now.
Love is a beautiful thing.
419 ni. 419. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. So I think we've had everybody spoken here, and it's quite a very, I would say it's quite a topical topic. I would say. Let me do one man and his Agbado people, or their jargon English. They always like to speak. Anyway, so my point is that you see the male child thing issue. I think it's more of a tradition than being the modern society now. Modern women and feminism and all of that. And in the age of Me Too and my body, my life, my choice, of whatever crap they call it, it's gradually reshaping what family is or what family value, traditional family values. So, having said that, is it a good thing? Well, I wouldn't say it's a good thing, and I won't say it's a bad thing. I'm one who believes in traditional family values because we've seen how trying to do otherwise or try to live otherwise in the modern society. We've seen what that has led to. We've seen the the eroding of the family as it used to be when most of us were growing up. You see single family women who just, men or women who just divorce their spouse and just move on, and these kids will suffer. And these kids, they become part of the society, and they repeat the same circle. So those family, those patriarchal family values were meant to control the family. I mean, to control the society then, because if everybody's allowed to run wild, like we see happen today, it's going to lead to what we're seeing, the anarchy we're seeing right now, playing out in the world. Having said that, for me, I believe when men, or some men, let me say no more men, when some men insist that they must have male child, it is so that they can carry on their name. You know, this issue of name, it's a traditional thing. Like, you know, when a woman gets married, it took. She takes the name of the family she's going to. That is, I mean, virtually every culture of the world has that. I mean, maybe
Thank you. Rational mind. God will bless
every
you.
culture has that. Only a few cultures. Maybe we'll say, okay, no, they allow the women to retain their median name. Yeah. So my point is that I want you guys. I just want everybody to look at it from. I'm not trying to say it's bad if a woman say she wants to continue with her family name even when she's married. But you see, there's a lot of things associated with that. I think my 10 minutes or whatever minutes you guys are giving me will not be enough to talk about it, to go into depth as to that. But I just want us to understand that the reason why most men, especially traditional men like myself, insist that we want to have a male child. Don't get me wrong, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm so grateful that I had them. So I want
But you're a realist. That's the most important thing. You're real. You're saying the truth.
Well, you know, the modern women today, let me use the word modern women, they live in some kind of I hate to say delusion of some sorts of the feminist propaganda. I mean, it's we know, I don't want to go into all that because I don't want one man's channel.
Tell them,
Mr. Rational Mind, you're doing a great job.
Double facing. You see, this is better. You all of you. I know her very well now. I mean, I know her.
I know her very well
I'm
too.
pretend. She has this sweet face. When she goes home, she's a real traditional woman to her husband.
She's a real traditional.
And then she'll come here and she'll be like,
Chama, you know that now. Chama, you know that I am a traditional woman.
She's a traditional woman.
Boyfriend me, ex me.
So let me quickly just run in 1 minute because I have to quickly. So my point is that I just want you guys, ladies, or everybody to look at it that, well, it's a traditional thing, but we need to understand, we need to critique it very well that if we do otherwise, what impact has that had to the structure of the society? Because we look at it, the society is on a decline because so many of those values that we used to have. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying most of the values we have back then they were good. Maybe I think there's a balance we need to maintain here. But don't get me wrong, if a woman says I cannot produce a man because, like somebody said here, it's the man that produces that determines the sex of a child. If the woman cannot produce it, well, if you want to become on an agreement that okay, go and have another one outside, or maybe
thank you. Second
it's up
wife.
to you. But I won't. For me, I have some kind of values that I won't want to impose on anybody here. But the point is that however any couple decide to want to resolve that aspect, it's up to them. But let's not make it look like it's a bad thing if somebody says he wants to have a male child. It's not a bad thing, but not to the extent of maybe putting a wife down or making the wife like some men have done in the past. They treat their wife terribly, horribly, just because they could not provide them with a male child. You know, so I don't sanction that. So, let me leave it at that because I just need to go. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Rational Mind.
Miss Dupsy, my thing is, if you're the only son of your father, please go find you a male child.
Okay. No, but Miss Dupsy and I very much. They will not tell you Dupsy, I support you. It's a good decision. So that you made that Rational Mind. Mama,
This is the
anyone
rational
support
mind for
come together, no
telling these
come
ladies
together.
the truth. They don't want to hear it from a fellow woman. At least they'll hear it from a man. I'm
Okay.
telling you guys, this is the reality in our
Thank
culture.
you.
If you're
Thank
the
you, Miss.
only child, if you're the only male child of your father, go find you a male son.
Thank you, my Gen Z buddy.
And if you
Coming.
marry someone who is a Gen Z body that is giving you problem, please marry as much wife as you want to on top of that.
That's fine. No wahala. No wahala.
Adama, leave my baby alone this morning. Leave my baby. Oh, who is there again? Who do I have here? Gas them up. Okay, gas them. Oh, sorry, it's Prince Daddy. Prince Daddy, I want to hear your view. Yeah, sorry, Prince Daddy.
Okay,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
thanks. I thought you were gonna pass me by, but anyways, on this, hello everyone. On this topic, obviously different points of view, and you see, there's no way we can discount Chama's point of view on this issue. It is pertinent, and by the way, I don't think it's restricted to only African men. Even in the West, the men want to have a male child. Apart from the name um, being carried on, there are other factors also, I would say. Now, for example, myself, before I had my son, I had a girl, but, like, well, she came out perfect, no health problems, and I was glad. I thank God for that. But in my view of wanting to have a man, it wasn't so much of an African perspective, I would say. It was more like, hey, let me have a boy so we can play basketball, play, football or whatever, play sports and get rough. That's my thinking, right? And that's why I wanted a male child. But eventually, my daughters, I have a younger daughter also, and she plays sports, and she does great in sports. My son plays sports also. So uh, people can have different reasons why they want to have a male child. In the African context, it is a reality. Let's not deny that. But in today's world, perhaps the man, especially the African men in diaspora in the West, that live in the West, they may be more malleable to the idea of, okay, I have a child, female, she's healthy, it's okay. Um, let's move on. I have a classmate, I mean, she's much older now, about the same age, and she's not been able to have a child. She happens to come from southeast. She's an Igbo girl, married to an Igbo man, and they don't have any child. Well, what about that? And this man, as this, of course, chose the married, decided to stay with the woman, and not have a child. Do we say they are happily married, even though much older in age? Not too long ago, she lost the pregnancy that she was really sad about. She was still trying to have a child. So in this situation, someone without a child and someone having a female child, which one is worse? I mean, which one would we go with? Um, Again, to what Chairman was saying earlier, we cannot discount the importance of a male child in certain cultures, and the continuity of the family name. It is important, but
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, but some people also, see, at the end of the day, um, Sherman's absolutely right. Adama and the way Dupsy sees it is also fine because you guys, I can see you more contemporary in your thinking. So we have all different viewpoints on this matter, and I think we all right to a certain degree, quite frankly. In today's world, I'm not sure what the mentality of a young African man is in today's world in their 20s or 30s. They're so adamant about having a male child. I don't know about that. And in today's world, that the women are almost equal to the men, if you know what I'm talking about in terms of income and mobility. I'm not sure how much um, um, dictates a man, an African man, or man in general can have in that relationship to demand a male child and have multiple children until they get a male child. Things are changing. That's my point here. Things are changing, just like we are talking the other day about network society. things are changing. The orientation of people are changing greatly, and the way we think now is not really isolated. The way we think is very much influenced by the social media network society. You have an African man in an African village now access to the internet thinks almost the same way as a person in the West. Things are morphing. They kind of merging somewhat. Um, at the end of the day, I would say having a healthy child is paramount. Um, it is paramount. Um, but again, a male child, if it, growing up, if you ask me, absolutely, I would say I want to have a male child. Now that that I have children, and I look, is it that if I hadn't had a male child, would that have changed anything for me? Would I still be pursuing wanting to have a male child? Well, that is a question for someone that's not been in my situation, and that's why we have to be careful when we talking in hindsight. We have to be careful that, oh well, if I didn't have a male child, then I would be fine. My husband would be fine. We don't know that until we actually find ourselves in that situation. So let's be open to all viewpoints. I don't, in this matter, I don't think anyone is wrong. I don't think anyone's wrong. We all are just approaching it from a different timeline and a point of view to address the matter. Anyway,
Okay, Prince Daddy, I have a question for you, please. Before you leave, I have a question for you. Male child and a healthy child, which one do you prefer?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, a healthy child. Forget about male child.
Thank you,
100%
sir.
healthy child.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Doopsy. Appreciate it. Right.
Yeah, thank you, Prince Daddy. Thanks for your submission. I appreciate that. Guts them up. Guts them up. Are you here?
Doocy, can you hear me? Doocy,
Yes,
can you
I
hear me?
can. I can.
What's going on, Doocy? Long time. How you been?
I've been around.
Yes, what's
That's
up, bro?
good.
What's going on?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. So I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. Um, the topic of the conversation, I think, you guys said geriatric pregnancy.
Sorry, guys, them up. I think you told us sometimes ago that you have 2 wives, right?
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's so funny. Yeah. We're on the same spectrum because I was about to tell you guys a story, but I didn't want to lead with it. But I'll lead with it anyway. Glad that you mentioned it. So I just left Nigeria. I went to my village. I was in Delta State, and I was with one of my aunties. And so my auntie, her husband has more than one wife. So I greeted him. We talked. That was the first time I was meeting him. And so my auntie was telling him in Izon that, he has 2 wives. And the man jumped up. He said, come. You have 2 wives? Ah, Zigizaga. And I shook his hand and he shook my hand. So that was the highlight of my trip, right? So I'm saying that to say, I think, I was on Kaizo's show last time, and I told this to Kaizo years ago, and he finally, admits to this, that there are a lot of things that we're presuming are African culture, which are not African culture. There's nothing African about a woman sitting at home making jollof rice while the man goes to work. That never happened in our culture. African women were always in the fields. African women were always, if you want to use the term, independent, in terms of their ability to be market women, right? It's not a coincidence that when the colonialists came, it was our women who often initiated the riots against the colonialists. You can see the Aba Women's Riot. You can see the Wari Women's Riots. You can see the riots that happened with the women in Yoruba land. So our women have always been at the forefront of independence. With that said, they still understood that they not only need a man, but they wanted male presence because it wasn't a competition, it was a cooperation within the 2 spheres. And so one of the problems that we're having is that in my opinion, is that we're not understanding that, one, historically, we didn't have what we call a surname. That's recent, right? With our interactions with the colonialists. And with that introduction of the quote unquote surname, that is how we now end up with women taking on the name of the husband. That's not African. That's not any African, at least let me say within the Nigerian context. That's not in all the anthropological reports that I've read. That's not historic to where a woman marries a man and the woman takes on his name. As a matter of fact, in some parts of Isoko, when you marry the woman, when she dies, she has to go back to her father's land to get buried. She's not buried, even though some bury the women with the husband, but they take her back to her father's land. And so as we're interacting with the West, we're mixing, and in many instances we're forgetting certain things about our culture. And so that's where these problems arise, because in our culture, an African man would be a polygamist and he wouldn't have that issue of, oh, I didn't have a male son, because 9 out of 10, he could always marry another wife to give him that male child that he or his family might seek. Also, let's look at it from, an economic perspective. Keep in mind, when you have too many male children, you have to pay dowries for those male children. Have to pay dowries. Or, as Chinua Achebe's daughter, and I agree with her position, she argues that it's not even the bride price, because I think that's the British or the European description. You don't pay for the woman, you're paying for the child. Because we all know in most cultures in Nigeria, if I have not paid the woman's dowry, those children belong to the woman and her lineage. So in our ancient wisdom, they understood that to compensate the village of that woman for the loss of human resources, right? Because those children can become great warriors, blacksmiths, whatever they could be in those days, farmers. To compensate them, you would pay for the child to now come to the man's lineage. So that was what we really were doing. It was child price, not bride price. But now, as we've entered the quote unquote modern era, you'll see a man will put himself in an ideological jail because he's trying to combine being African and being Christian or Muslim. No disrespect to who's a Muslim or a Christian, but we all know that in many instances they can clash with some of our African ideologies. So in those days, an African man won't have that problem because, like I said, he can marry more than one wife and not have to stress himself. But a modern Christian African man will have an ideological dilemma because he might want to have a male child, but him following the tenets of the Bible will now limit him and force him into this new paradigm that I can't step outside of my wife, right? So I think that in the grand scheme of things, we as African people have to ask ourselves, how do we want to navigate as we move forward in this Western world, what we call modernity, right? I find it highly interesting that I've had modern African women criticize me for being a polygamist, but they would have no problem if I were to engage in gay marriage, which I have no problem with anyone who, their sexuality. There's nothing wrong, for the purposes of the show. I'm not attacking anybody. But it's interesting that if I would, somebody say something?
No, carry on. And then
okay,
after
I'm wrapping up.
I think we have
I just
Mike
want to wrap up.
and then we'll go on to a different topic. Kaizo, if you want to hop on. I think we've got Kaizo
shout
there.
out to Kaizo. Yeah, Kaizo, if you're there, hop on. We gotta expand on that. But my point is that I don't think it's fair to put pressure on African women that they must have a boy child. Historically, that was not the case. I think African women, particularly Nigerian women, if she can't have a boy child, that's okay. As we are saying, healthy children is what matters, is what counts. But if a man says that I want a male child, the African woman, if she wants to hold on to her traditional culture, should have no problem with him, if they can arrange it, having a second wife to have the possibility of having that male child. But again, it's us navigating these dynamics as we look at our culture and we try to make our cultures fit this new Western system that we all are governed by. But as I said, I do think it's interesting that if we are to move forward, I think we have to come to agreements as a culture to say, what of our culture are we going to hold on to? What are we going to modify? And what are we going to let go as we move in the quote unquote 21st century? And the fact that we don't do that, I think that's what's causing the confusion. But I'll stop because I know they want to switch the topic.
One man, please. Don't let Kaizo and his people on this channel don't stream it on his, please, because I will not tolerate him and his little friends, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure, to go
Because
for
if
teacher,
I see
Maso.
Kaizo and his little friends, I'm out. Like for real, I'm not even joking. For
You
real.
can't. You have to chase them
Does
out
that
of there.
include
You can't be out.
Chooks? You like Chooks now,
No,
and
I
then what
like
about
Trooks. I like
Janzola?
Trooks. Trooks is respectful. But you know how they are. They're very abrasive and rude and
No, I think it's one guy especially, TV Mike or something like that. He calls
Yeah,
himself.
but Mike TV, they kicked him off YouTube. I think he got deplatformed.
Yes, they should have a long time ago.
because
Yeah, he got kicked off.
we're not boys. We don't need little boys here. Like
My Jensen.
I don't think Kaizo would do it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't think Kaizo would do that. I don't think. Yeah, sure, one man. Keep throwing your barbs. I don't think Kaizo would be a troll. I think Kaizo, John Zola, they're good people on the platform. But people like One Man and the rest of that crowd, they like to be silly.
All right, then. All right, I think we got Mike. I think we got Mike, and then we move on. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
Man, got some more. You gotta squash your beef with One Man, man. God damn. It's like you threw jab at One Man every day.
I don't even know, man. I don't
No,
even know.
One Man is my guy. That's my guy, John. No, don't disrespect my guy, Johnny.
You drag One Man everywhere you go, man. Like even places where One Man he's not even there. You still drag him, right?
I don't know, man. You know, this love I feel no love from. Look at that. All right. All right. Yes, Mike.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I didn't follow you guys from the beginning, but I kind of came in between the whole male child versus female child kind of stuff, you know. So, the way I see it, I think to me, I think both male and female child, I think they're equally important, to be honest. But I think Choma and a few people that were saying, "Oh, male child, male child," I think you're still stuck in the whole time, to be honest. And sometimes we think the way we think. We need to understand the reason why they were thinking like that back in those days. The reason they were always saying male child back then was because the father was the only one that owned property. So he wants his son to inherit, he wants his bloodline to inherit his property. And they believe that a female will grow up and go to husband's house, while the male will still be around the father kind of stuff. But what you need to understand is the world has changed. You know, back then, yeah, they believe the children belong to the father. But today, if you ask yourself, just look around, just look around all your friends or even people around, see who owns the child. It's the woman. Trust me. Some guys don't even see their children. Like the woman owns the child. The court system will give the children to the mothers. Now, I'll give you one example of one of my great uncle like that. When he was passing away, like when he read his will, and the guy he looked at the read his will, and the guy all his property transferred him to his grandkids, and his guess whose grandkids? His daughter's grandkids, not his son's grandkids, because when his kids started having kids, his son's baby mothers didn't. You know, today you hardly see relationship that work out. So they usually break up or divorce, and the children go with the mothers. So he never saw his son's kids that often. So he wasn't too familiar with them. But his daughter's children were always around because they're always with their mother. So he was more familiar with the daughter's children. That when he was going on, he didn't want to pass anything to his kids because he didn't really get along well with all his children. But he decided to pass to his grandkids. He ended up passing everything down to the daughter's children. So time has changed where it's so important. Oh, the male. No, the children belong to the mothers now. it's the mothers. Even a lot of these Nigerians, they will say you belong to your father's tribe. Most of these kids really relate more to their mother's tribe than their father's tribe because they spend more time around their mother growing up. So like Burna Boy, for example, they say he's an Ijo boy, but the guy is more Yoruba than Ijo because he grew up with his mother. He probably can't speak any Ijo word, but the guy is Yoruba like Chris. Even my cousins, the one that because I have cousins from mixed tribes, the one from my male side of the family, they really want their mother's tribe, and the one from the female side of my family really more with the Yoruba tribe. So time is changing where children grow up more in their mother's house than their father's house. It's the olden days that everybody grew up in Papa house. So time has changed. So if you really the idea of male son, I think you're female. If you ask me, I'll say if I'm only forced to pick one, like okay, I can only have one gender kid. I probably want to have female, But yeah, male, you want to have your boys now. Of course, see yourself in your boys. But as far as saying advantage or which kid will favor you, bloodline or socially or any way, I think the female are probably more important nowadays than the male child. That's the way me I see it,
Mike, as a traditionalist, I'm even surprised you're speaking so nonchalant about this topic.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, someone who likes to uphold the culture.
You
I
got to be
thought you would
specific.
know.
You use that word culture loosely. Let's be specific on what you're saying.
You know how important it is in our culture to have a male child, right?
And you're saying, who's living culture today? Are you living culture in America where you are?
But you're a traditionalist. You practice.
It's not about me. I'm speaking in general.
Okay, now you want to speak generally.
That's what we are doing now. We are not speaking about. It's not about my individual.
Right? But at the end of the day, you chose to have a male child if you were given the option between the two, right?
No. If I'm given an option between the two, where I can only have one gender, I think I'll probably
like
have
in
the female.
China.
I won't know. I'll flip a coin. I think they're equally important, to be honest.
He said he will have a female. Leave him alone. Mike, I'm a how are you doing? Show up.
All right. I just don't want to labor that space, but maybe later we'll go back to it because I'm not 100% that maybe Mike was being a bit politically correct there. If we're only going to have one child and you had the option of choosing from either genders, you would offer a female. Maybe
exactly.
That's his choice now. That's his choice.
Woman is his choice. It's his choice. He doesn't look at things the way you do. He's saying the way he feels now. Women are nurturers.
Woman, when you grow old, I swear, it's your daughters that will come and be taking care of you.
God bless you, Mike.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, your boys don't get time for you, man.
Mike, why you they lie? You don't want dog girl, eh? Why you they lie?
No, be honest, dude. I think you guys need to spend more time considering other things. You guys are more. The thing is, we have this mentality. The male kid is powerful, is strong, and this and that.
They live in the diaspora, and their mentality is African mentality. Move back to Africa. They are still here. They're still here.
You can always adopt a daughter, a female child. But a male child is a big identity in your family.
All right. Shall we move it on, or do you want to hear from Kaizo before we move it on?
Yeah, let Kaizo. No carry us go where we don't know, Kaizo.
Yeah. Do you want to come? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, ask me a specific question.
Okay, so the conversation wraps around. We actually started off with geriatric parents that is the example of some woman put it out there that her 60-year-old father had a set of twins, and then she was doing the age trajectory for when his X they'll be Y and all that, and then she's just trying to align into gender preferences that in the traditional African setting, the man always wants to have a son to carry his name forward. So we've been back and forth on that. Maybe give us about 3 minutes and then we go on to another topic.
Okay. So okay, in African culture, of course, you want a boy if you are a man because that's where your lineage continues, right? The woman goes to the village of the husband and she becomes the tribe of her husband, her and her children. So, of course, it makes sense you want to have a boy if you want legacy. However, if you don't care about legacy, then it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I want to have a child that will bring me value. If I can have a girl, maybe I'll make her OnlyFans and make money.
Excuse me, sir. Did you just say if you can have a girl and have that has OnlyFans?
Wait, Kaiser, your daughter would do OnlyFans?
No,
Wait,
no,
Kaiser, your daughter.
I think
hold on,
Chema
no,
was right about
I
Kaiser.
want him to. I know, please. What do you mean OnlyFans, sir? I don't know what OnlyFans. Can you educate us
You
on
don't
that?
want
Kaiser is
What do you
trolling.
So you see, yeah, let me answer. You see the super chat on the screen, that's $50. If I have a daughter, I can train her to be the best podcaster. I'll make a lot of money from her more than the boy.
It's called pimping your child, me.
Yeah, that's what
Pimping
we all do. Why African
Kaiser, this
culture
your
is about
IQ
it.
is so low.
This is
God
African
damn,
culture.
Kaiser.
No. We can't say, don't say that. You can't say that on this platform. This is a woman's platform. We don't think that way. We don't want to hear OnlyFans. We have women who are educated, successful women on this platform. So please do not come here diminishing us and talking about OnlyFans, please.
Adama,
He's right
hold
to
on.
his opinion,
Hold
Adama.
on, Choma. Hold on. Everybody, hold on. Don't rise to debate. Kaizo is trying to troll you for a reaction, so don't give it. Don't let him get what he's trolling for a reaction. That's what he's
Kaiser
doing.
is indirectly trying to make his point. Adama, listen carefully.
Oh, all right, it's built out anyway. So we have one of two options.
So
Oh, your jàre nítorí sọ́mọ̀ wọn nǹkan tó ń ṣe bí òun náà ṣe onífàn.
All right. So, Dupsy, we have one of two options: this storyline on the screen, or the PDD storyline. So, let me give you this, and then you make a decision on which one you want to go with.
Okay.
So, Lady dances away her sorrow as she storms her ex-boyfriend's traditional wedding. Video stirs emotion. So this is a love gone awry sort of a storyline. Nigerian lady dances away her sadness as she turns up at her ex-boyfriend's traditional wedding in a viral video. The lady revealed that she had been in a relationship with the man who was getting married at that occasion. She remarked that she was supposed to be the bride at the traditional wedding rather than a guest. However, she expressed that the man had chosen to marry another. The heartbroken woman said that she still turned up for him despite the disappointment. A video that she shared shows her showing off her dancing moves at the traditional wedding venue with the caption, today was supposed to be our traditional wedding, but you married another. Yes, I turned up for you. So I think we have a little snippet of her doing. I think we have a little snippet of her doing the silly dance, and then maybe we want to go with that. So let's see. So maybe we want to go with that, or the storyline of P Diddy, which I think a lot of people also want to talk about. So that's it, Dubs.
Yeah. So do you want us to watch a video regarding this? Or?
Yes, I'm trying to find the video, but it's not. It seems to have escaped at the moment. But I'll find it in a moment and I will play it.
Okay.
So one man, if I understand what you said she was supposed to be the bride, but end up going to the man's wedding and dancing and stuff. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, she's the guy's ex-girlfriend. It says today was supposed to be our. So I've got it here now. It says today was supposed to be our traditional wedding, but you married another woman. Yes, I turned up for you. So she turned up at the ex now boyfriend's traditional wedding to do this. So this is what she did. Can you see her dancing?
Yes, we can see her dancing.
All right. So there's that, and then there's the PDD storyline, which we must touch on at some point.
So, Adama, do you want us to go with this story or we go straight to PDD? Because me, I'm not interested
In
in all
PDD, this
this.
thing, you're not interested in PDD?
No,
Also, let's go with.
I'm not interested in this girl dancing at her ex-boyfriend's
No, you
traditional
know, we
wedding.
have Gen Z now. Let Shoma explain
Okay.
to us. Shoma, is it a bad
Okay.
thing?
Shoma,
Shoma,
go ahead.
please. Yes.
Thelma, would you do this?
Well, that video of the lady dancing, I mean, it's so unfortunate, but it's such a pity. I don't know where her friends are at. And, that is why I tell ladies, when you get into a relationship, stop dropping your friends. You need, women around you, your friends, your girlfriends, like Miss Dupsy and Adama, to at least, pull you aside, give you advice, hold you down. Because when you, get
Well,
booed
you're a
up and
stubborn girl
then
now. You don't listen to me now. Why are you calling my name?
No, but
no, but so
Dupsy,
But
Shoma
wait, but
listens.
wait.
Shoma listens. Shoma
Hold
is
on,
just,
ladies.
I'm only
she knows
joking.
what she
women,
wants.
Yeah,
Ladies, can I
booed
ask
up.
a quick question?
So Miss
Chama, can I
Lucy,
ask a
right?
quick question? Can I ask a quick question?
Get them up. Hold on. Before you ask your question, so long as it's going to be short, let her land, please.
yeah, please.
So what I was saying is that some women, when they get married or they get booed up in a relationship, they just dump their friends, and it's not really nice, because if she had good friends, good solid friends, they will pull her aside, hold her down. As he's having his wedding, whatever, they can go out with her, hit the club, do their own thing. She didn't have to attend this guy's event. She's really embarrassing herself, and there's literally no one she can talk to. She doesn't have sisters or family members that can console her. I mean, this is pathetic as a woman. It's so sad, and I feel for her. But this is as a result of
But
ladies
Chama,
dumping
can I
their
ask a
girlfriends.
question? Can I
Yeah,
ask a quick question?
who is this? This guy's them
It's
up?
gas them up. Yeah, it's
Yes,
gas them
please
up. Listen,
ask me.
look,
Yes, sir.
listen. I have. I'm a hardcore traditional man, and I have a lot of
Yes.
empathy for women as well, right? I'm not about abusing women. I've never hit any woman I've been with. That's not my style. But what I will say is this: there's always two sides to a story, and yes, it does seem, I hate to use the word pathetic, that she's doing that. But then at the same time, let's be real. Sometimes, there are some men who are just no good, and I'm not defending them. Throw them under the bus, right? Let the train run over them. But what about the situations where you're with the particular woman and she's just not acting right? And then you let her go and you move on to somebody else. Now they paint the narrative like, oh, look at her and look at this dude. What about if she's just a possessive, stalking type of personality? And that's the reason why he's like, yo, I don't want to deal with this no more. Like, she's bugging out. And it's like, I'm not saying, again, the guys who are no good, throw them under the bus. But there are percentages of men who have to deal with some crazy behavior. And it's like, there's no defense of saying, hey, listen, sometimes these women put themselves in these situations where it's like, yo, their behavior isn't marriage material at all. That's all I wanted to say.
Exactly. Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Marriage is not by force, but this video. I'm only speaking on it specifically to advise women. When you get booed up or when you get into a relationship, do not dump your girlfriends, your sisters, your cousins because you have. I don't trust my
Choma,
female friends.
Choma,
This is the time you need your friends, because when
no,
that man
no.
disappoints you, yeah,
I'm
sir,
sorry.
Mike.
My advice to any young girl or young boy watching, when it comes to relationship or anything, don't go to your friends for advice, your age mate for advice. Don't do that. That would be a disaster. In fact, keep them away from your personal
Okay, then
relationship.
you're gonna commit
Hold on, hold
suicide
on,
when
hold
you're
on.
when you're
Well, let me,
when they're done with you. You're gonna be all miserable by
the,
yourself. You
wait
need
now.
your friends
No, you
close
don't
to
need your
you
friends
to
for
advise
advice. You
you
can need your friends
sometimes.
for social things. If you need advice, go to older people. If you're a young girl and you're having
Obviously,
relation,
she doesn't
hold
have
on now.
friends.
Wait,
Look
wait.
at
You,
her. She's there by herself. She doesn't have friends. That they could have pulled her
what
aside
are
and said,
friends
"Baby
gonna
girl,
do?
don't
Give
do
her,
this.
show her what to do.
Baby
Direct
girl,
her.
don't
Same
embarrass
single
yourself."
friends, same age group. No, if you need advice about your life, go to older people. Go to
I
your
know
aunties, your
older
moms.
people are not not going to keep you
Or go to a
occupied. I'm
professional.
talking about her
I
friends,
think
her
Chema is
girlfriends.
talking about support,
Mike,
Mike.
you're
No,
not
she's saying
supporting to
advice.
that
Support is different from
100%.
advice. Support is support, like, hey, come be there for me. It's different from advice. She's talking about, I'm saying advice. The biggest mistake young people make is they go to their fellow young people for advice.
They
That's
didn't
one.
advise her to go to the man's wedding to disgrace herself like this.
Yeah,
That's the
you
thing.
think our friends wouldn't push her to go and do it? Most of your friends are not your true friend. They will push you to go and do the wrong thing. It's
No,
probably our
they will
friend.
not do that.
I
No,
guarantee
no.
you, it's probably one of our friends that I advised her to go and do that thing.
Well, she got
Most
a
of these
bad
young
friend.
people, most of they carry friends all around, and most of their friends don't want their best, their best interest. They just doing friend. It's competition that they are doing. Young people, they are not friends. They are their competitions, and every one of them want to be above the other. So they will be giving each other wrong advice. And they be most people don't even know who's the true friends, who's real friend, and all of them they are all equally dumb. They are on the same level of reasoning. So if you need advice about what to do about life, go to either a professional or older people that have been through other stage in life, and they can really look at you and say, "Come, I was there." So listen, let me tell you something. They will give you the best advice. But this mentality of, oh, girl, I need my friends to come and advise me, they will finish you. Most people that end up making bad choices in life is because they can trace it back to an advice a friend gave them. I'm telling you.
No,
So,
I agree with you, Mike, 100%. I think
thank
Mike
you.
is saying something 100% because this is why you see African culture, right? Like, Chima, no disrespect. This idea of our girlfriends, yes, women had women's groups and women's meetings and things of that nature.
Lucy, can you hold on, gas them up? Can you hold on, gas them up? Lucy, after this, can we move to Didi's thing, please? When gas finish, please. Lucy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Adama,
Okay,
yeah, I support that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So quickly, because I know everybody wants to get on P Diddy, no Diddy, pause. But what I'm saying is that I think what Mike is saying is 100% correct. We've lost that in our culture. Even like I said, when I go to Nigeria and I'm there and I hear, a lot of like the so-called Gen Z, and you see their interactions, there's really no elders guiding them. There's really no wisdom of age in terms of, hey, listen, your husband will shout sometimes, right? Like men get dominated. They dominate in the house. That doesn't mean he should abuse you, but it's okay. Just because he raised his voice a little bit doesn't mean you have to pack your bags and leave. And then someone to tell the man, hey, listen, your wife is going to do things you might not understand. That's just the nature of women. You're not a woman. You can't, doesn't mean that you should say, oh yeah, she's leaving my house. If you don't have someone that's had experience that wants your best interest, right? And you go to people who are your age, it's like the blind leading the blind. And unfortunately, that's what I'm seeing happening in our new generation of young Nigerian children.
Thank you so much. Woman, can you please play the Diddy thing, please? Thank you.
I don't think there's any video as regards that woman. Am I right? I think we can just go ahead.
No, we don't actually have any clips on it. I think we were just before the show started, we were saying it's a topical thing. I think the backdrop to I think everyone knows the backdrop to it is caught in some sort of FBI sting, which is so along the lines of Jeffrey Epstein, sort of trafficking of women.
One man, be careful. Don't say that guy's name too much. You don't want your channel to have any issues. Be careful with those people.
Yes, so it's along those lines anyway. So, but the one thing people are picking up is nobody's actually coming out to support him. At his court appearance, for instance, only his sons turned up. None of all of these people that are brought through. None of.
I think a lot of celebrities are scared at this point.
A lot of celebrities are involved in this.
And they're also saying that Jay-Z is also being lined up as well along the same storyline.
What I want to say, I know they said he's on that suicide watch and stuff like that, which I'm not surprised. But if you remember, one man had Jeffrey Epstein one ended. I don't want to say because we're on a live. Something is going to happen. I just don't want to say, but this is going down. And this is my advice to our celebrities, musicians, Davido, they always change women like Pata, Burna Boy, all of them. Don't think you're untouchable. Please, a woman that would destroy a man, that woman has been born. Watch what you do. Even with your do not disclose, you have them sign. Please learn to control yourself. Learn to control yourself. If you want to have a side chick that you want to fly every concert you go to, do that. Do it with someone you trust. If they can get him,
it's not side chico that they are
no,
accusing him of.
that's what I'm saying. Woman, you know, drug is involved.
Yeah.
Pedophilia is involved. Prostitution is involved. A lot of things is involved. And let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of our artists do the same thing. Let's say the way it is. So this is my advice to them. Learn from his story. If you know you are looking at this thing, learn from it.
Choma, have you heard of something called the casting couch?
Elaborate on that. What you mean? Elaborate on that. I think I have an idea.
Yes, it's an acting sort of something. So a young aspiring actress, for instance, she goes into whoever is she goes into the person casting for whichever role she's after, and then just to be considered, there's always a couch which is also like a chaise lounge sort of a thing. They have sex with them in the offices. That's what they call the casting couch, and routinely as well.
Yes.
In all of this, especially in the acting field, they call it the casting couch. And yes, Burna Boy is a suspect as well, actually.
Yeah, but woman, there's something I want to.
Wow.
Yes.
You know what's so funny, woman? About a few months ago, I was saying this on the show. Like, Burna Boy should stop when he comes there, wants to hang out with American celebrities. And I was saying it, I'm like, this guy, he needs to be careful, especially the rugged ones. Like, he comes here to hang out with the rugged, those who rap.
The real rugged.
And I'm like, this guy, you're either gonna get shot or get in trouble because they are the black celebrities there. They're always in trouble.
Himself, though.
Yeah, they're always in trouble. And the guy, he wants to become one of them. He comes here all the time. Go hang out with
them. What Mike is saying is that even though Burna Boy is rugged, rugged that be our Americans.
Yeah, America. Because those ones, they are the Nigerian rugged is just we know what we are doing. We're just doing it for. But the American guy, they are really, it's just their mentality. They don't even know they are rugged.
Let me tell you, I don't want to mention his name. Yes, this person we're talking about, I don't want to mention his name. He's always been bisexual. He's always been bisexual. Baby oil is involved.
Baby oil.
You know, mom. Baby oil now. So.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's not do this.
Oh no. Guys, wait. No. Gas them up. Wait.
Gas. Hold on. Wait. Give me a second.
No, wait. Gas. Listen. I'm a co-host. When I say wait. Calm down. I want to make sure.
You didn't do this to other people, but go ahead.
No, hold on. You're going to speak, Gas. Listen to me. You're going to speak. Chiamaka unmuted. Yeah, Chiamaka.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
okay, go ahead. Gas then. Go ahead. We recognize women first on this platform. Please. Go ahead.
I have no beef with that. What I was going to say is that I find it interesting. Let's not act as if that type of dynamics has not been perverse and taken over the Nigerian entertainment space. Are we going to act as if we haven't heard the type of things that are going on when we see what's this guy's name? What's the guy's name? The cross-dresser, the one that cross-dresses? Bobrisky. Are we gonna act like Mo Bad situation with the tons of drugs that was pumped in the system? It's already in Nigeria too. So all I'm saying is that it does seem that the casting couch mentality is in Nigeria as well. So let's not act like it's not there.
It always has been. Now it's an entertainment industry thing rather than an American. It's in every.
It's not a culture. It's not like a cultural thing in Nigeria. It's just more of entertainment section kind of thing, But here, this is the culture now.
But Mike, I think what Gas is trying to say, and I want Miss Dupsy listening. The thing we need to realize, maybe you guys will be shocked, but I'm not shocked. A lot of our men are bisexual.
Wait, how do you get that conclusion?
I'm not going to go into details, bro. Trust me, I know what I'm
not
saying.
sure, Adama. My husband.
No. I'm not saying. Listen, some of our men. What I'm saying. Listen to this. Some of our men are bisexual, and let me tell you one thing you don't understand is we need to realize one thing. I'm not promoting what Diddy did, but this has been going on, and the people involved in this. Listen, there's something Mike said. Mike said, Burna Boy has some. I mean, let's be realistic here. You just said something, Gas. You said it goes on in Nigeria. And listen, whether we admit it or not, is the truth. I'm not here to provide evidence and tell you this thing. All I'm going to say is Nigeria celebrities too are involved in this.
Yes, but it's not as pervasive in our society as it is in America, and I'm not sure that I will agree that most men are bisexual. You know,
Well,
I think bisexuality is more of a cultural norm than an actual state of being. I think people do it just to be fashionable.
My husband is not bisexual, Adama.
Dúsì ṣé wọ́n ti ń gbà tá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé tó bá fẹ́ bá obìnrin sùn wọ́n máa fi máa dò lẹ́yìn.
Níbi
bó ṣe máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o.
Tó bá tẹ̀ ṣe irú ẹ̀ kí wọ́n tètè sá fọ́kùnrin yẹn. Ọkùnrin tẹ́ pé ẹ̀yìn ló fẹ́ gbà wọlé kéèyàn sá fún ọkùnrin yẹn, ọkùnrin burúkú ni.
Thank you. Ó rí pé wọ́n máa ṣe kó sọ pé ní ìyẹn wà anything pé kí ẹ have fun. Afẹ́dá ìmáàtì ní pé òun ò tí ì ṣe rí o. Pé even boyfriend yẹn pansat náà ní pé òun ti ṣe pé kọ́ pé nọ́mbà fún lórí wọ́n máa ṣe gan. Wọ́n máa ṣe gan.
American Yoruba.
American Yoruba. You're forgetting pansat now.
Yes, don't insult Pansat, please. Don't put out his business, please, ladies.
Well, you said it now. It's when I came here now. You said you like to go in the woman's.
No, I was speaking to Juicy now. No, don't call my uncle. Pansat is my uncle. Don't go there. He's my uncle. He's the host girl. That's his girl. That Juicy is Pansat's girlfriend. I have to respect her.
I always believe you have to be. You can't be a normal man to do that. I agree with that. You have to be bisexual or something. Like that.
Wait, here's what I want to say about P. Diddy.
Sorry, Gas. I'm not sure that I agree with what you said there, Mike, but you go first, Gas, and then I'll come after you.
Please, everybody, read what Dr. Alexandra Gomez just read. So let us not pretend because we want to be African technical. You know why I like having conversation with Mike, Dupsy, Chioma? We say the way it is. Chioma and I fight, including Dupsy. Mike keeps it real, and that's why I look up. Listen, Eka, one man say go, Dupsy, one man baleni by.
No, I agree. But when you say most men, Mumo, I agree with what Dr. Alexander wrote. But when you say most men, that's why I said my husband is not.
No, my husband and my boyfriend. My
boyfriend is not like that.
I rejected. Choma man like he. No, man, like it. Cowgirl.
Excuse me.
Well, listen. I just wanted to say about P. Diddy. Here's the thing.
Hold on, guys. Shoma is talking. This is a co-host talking. Please wait. Shoma, go ahead.
Adama, you mentioned my name. What did you mention my name for?
No, I said you're a sweetheart. You're a darling.
No, you said No, Adama, I heard reverse cowgirl.
My baby is a Christian.
Remember? No, that's what I said though. I mean,
you said reverse card.
No more.
Don't put me. Listen.
You know the way you ladies are talking about it. You know, it's the ladies that talk.
Wait, let me finish. Adama, you have not seen me in any actions, so don't.
No, now, Chioma, we are talking about something else. Now you're changing it. Please, do you think, what is your opinion of PDD? What is your opinion?
Here's what I want to say about P. Diddy quickly. Listen, we have to understand the context of what created P. Diddy. P. Diddy went to Howard University. He's from Mount Vernon, my neck of the woods, right? I'm from the New York City area. And this guy, P. Diddy, he was one of those people that was willing to do anything to get in the industry. He was a party promoter, dancer at Howard. He was at Uptown Records with Andre Harrell, who is either bisexual or gay. He was with Clive Davis, who's bisexual or gay. Again, nothing wrong with that. But in that time, he more than likely, with many of the things that we hear, even in things like Biggie Smalls' video with man, what's that song? I can't remember that Biggie Smalls song, but they allegedly they said that there was a trans woman in the video, that in the scene where Busta Rhymes he goes up to talk to the woman and Busta Rhymes walks away, that they're saying was a trans woman.
Please, I just want to say something. Gas them up, please. You're getting too detailed. I know what you're talking about, so just kind of
I'm not being
I want to
detailed.
say something too. Gas them up. I don't really like how you rudely interrupted my my time, because it was my turn to speak and you just came up in there like one man.
No,
show.
I was
I will
talking
not
before
stand for it. No, I don't care if you're talking before me. It was my turn to speak. Okay. So Adama asked me a question, and I'm going to respond to her. I believe P. Diddy is innocent till proven guilty. That's all I have to say. Now you can carry on.
Yeah,
Why do you believe that? Why do you believe that?
No, hold on,
Dupsy.
I just want to tell you, Dupsy, if I were to, because I can match the energy.
Okay, gas them up. Can you hear what I'm saying? Hold on, please hold on.
Gas them up. This is a female show. Like, bro, like you know better. Stop. Like, calm down.
Let's slow the roll.
Dupsy, I'm being
gas them up. One man wants to speak, please.
No, I don't know why gas them up is calling my name.
Sorry, everybody, hold on.
You gotta chill.
Yeah. Let him have a say. So just so that everything runs smoothly. Gas, carry on, Gas.
No, again, I was in the middle of talking about P. Diddy, but Dupsy, I get it that it's a female-centered show, but at the same time,
it's not me. Chama talk to you. You don't even know our voice. That's not me.
Dupsy. I'm listening. Whoever was talking to me, because I know.
Hold on, gas them up. Just carry on with your narrative, and then we move the conversation.
No, I wanted to talk to the host, who is Dupsy. So Dupsy, I know you were not the one that spoke. I'm addressing you as the host to say that the way your co-hosts are talking to me, right? I can match their energy, but it will not go anywhere, because then what will happen is they'll mute me and they'll play favorites. So I'm asking you as the host. I'm asking you as the host to tell your co-host and to tell the women on the show that I do defer to them when they were speaking. I kept quiet. I didn't say anything, but they don't have to be rude and talk to me a certain way, because I didn't do that to them. So that's all I'm asking you as the host.
Oh, sorry about that. You can go ahead with your submission. We're sorry. Go ahead, gas them up.
I'll just wrap it up to say P. Diddy comes from a long line of men who were abusing other people in that industry, and it's not a coincidence he continued doing the same thing.
I agree with that too. Who wants to talk about this topic again? AI, are you there? AI.
I think Adewale just came in, so he's
okay, Adewale, maybe Adewale. How about Chiamaka? Chiamaka Nko?
I think Chiamaka, are you there? Hold on, Adewale, please. Chiamaka, are you there?
Agbaya Manikulata Antie. Woman, please let me remove this thing from Agbaya Maniente.
I think she's not there. Please, before Mr. Adewale, before you speak, gas them up. I'm sorry if you felt you were rudely interrupted. I want you to know one thing. This is a woman's show, and we do not disrespect our men here. We all respect them. But once a co-host or the owner of the platform wants to speak, he can interrupt without even you. You don't have to like it. I'm just saying that we respect people in this platform. And you know one thing about me, Gas. I am from where you are. I will respect you all the time. But once Chairman wants to speak, no matter what you have to say, you just have to pause, please. You have to recognize that. It's nothing personal. It's strictly business.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. And I always respect the way gas them up come and, support
Chairman, your line is breaking, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I said I support the way Gas Them Up comes here every time to support us. So Gas Them Up, you're always welcome. Don't mind Kulata Agbayani. Agbaya Olun to ice cream to Agbayani. So don't mind him.
Gas them up. Miss Dupsy. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
I
I
can.
I
I can.
respect I respect gas them up, right? But what happened was, Adama asked me a question. I didn't even know gas them up was already speaking, so I was just responding to
Yeah.
I was going to respond to Adama, and then gas them up just came out of nowhere and just like took over. I'm like,
Okay.
it's not gonna happen. I'm not your wife,
Oh,
bro. I'm gonna cut you off.
oh, that's
So
okay,
that's what
Chioma.
happened.
Yeah, Chioma, thank you so much, my darling.
I think,
Adewale.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Adawala, yeah.
Adewale,
Men,
go
men
ahead.
don't suffer for this planet today. Why? It must be women first. I
Ah,
understand the woman
Mr.
first, but come on, man.
Mr.
Eh?
Dewala, I treated you lies last week now. You
I,
can't be saying
that
that.
was last week. Today it's been the different ball game. Kilo day, that's all. Baby, or that's all. Everything. You know, all that you want our love, we have to find another means now. But
Good
you know,
afternoon, sir.
but
Good
good
afternoon,
afternoon,
sir.
my sister. How you doing, man?
Well, sir.
Is this my sister Adama?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome. Choma, I defended you, but to some extent I couldn't defend you anymore of that your
Which
male
part?
child
Which
thing.
part you couldn't
That
defend me,
male, you
please?
lost me at that male child thing. You know, the world had moved on from the having a male child or female child. If you like, don't even have child, okay. Whether you born or you no born, Peking will still bury you and they will chop right for your party. Anyway, I will move on from that. You see, Hollywood has always been like this, to be honest with you guys. It has always been this raunchy, this, freaky, even in the 70s and the 60s. In fact, it was even worse in those days of hillbillies and all that. It has always been this freaky. But when somebody, Yoruba will say, "Adagbama danu," when you are growing and you still not grown beyond what you used to do in your 30s and 20s, it will lead you to a path of destruction. And that's what you're seeing PDD going through. Look, what do you think happens to the likes of what is this man, this comedian man? What's his name? The one that was convicted for almost the same similar charges for assaulting women, drugs, sex, and all that. Bill Cosby. It was even drug.
Because
Because those were the things that they do in the 70s. They put drugs. Then there was no statutory, thing to quote because it's always been like that. The likes of Marvin Gaye, the likes of all these, they were. It was the years of, free will. People just do things anything they like, but we have somebody who did was not if it was caught with just carrying women across the state, that would have even been easy, but it was caught with drugs and weapon. I mean, I expect him being a celebrity and also growing up from the hood, belongs to the hood. If you're look, you are now belongs to a different class. I expect you to even have your own private security that will be doing things for you. But when you are now get caught with weapon, drug in your possession, and not just that, the videotapes of all those sexual encounter that you have them. In fact, that is even a heinous crime to even have that, because when you videotape people, then the authority have to contact those people that are featured in those video and ask if they actually gave consent. God help your soul if any one of them decline us by saying no, I did not consent. You are in big trouble. And Didi is going to be going through almost 20 to life, and I hope that he learned his lesson. He'll be out soon. The fact that they deny him bail speak volume, because it shows that they actually bring down a big weapon. I mean, ordinarily somebody of PDD status would not even be denied of bail because number one is a known person. Nowhere he goes to in the world now that he would not be recognized. But the fact that the Southern District is denying him bail and putting him on suicide watch shows that they are ready to lock the gate and lock it for a long, long time. Look, a lot of
You,
people are going to go.
you know what I think really damned him, Dewale, because a lot of the stories had been going for 6, 8, 9 months. But when that video clip came out, Harvey was sort of messing up that girl. You remember that clip of him beating up his girlfriend in a
Yeah,
hotel?
yeah, 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 yeah.
I think that was when the tolerance level was breached.
Yeah, of course, of course. His reputation in the Hollywood has always been a bad boy. Has always been known for. I mean, this guy was charged with for gun running way before, if you remember, in the 90s. And because those charges were at the state level, they were able to bribe their way. They were able to, get their way in the court. Some of them get probations, and it wasn't a
Well,
big deal.
PDD wasn't known for being a bad boy, though.
It was. Oh, you don't know his reputation. He
No,
was
no, no,
known to
Mike,
be.
he was, Mike,
No,
he
be a
was.
bad boy.
when I say bad boy, I mean like gangster kind of
Oh,
thug.
no,
He was. Oh,
He was not known for thug.
Back in the day when he was not known, he was known in the streets.
he was known in the industry as well as a bad boy.
Yes.
They have
We have
mercenaries
people
that they
doing his
use.
job for him.
It's the number one name on the Tupac thing, no?
Yes, so
number
Mike,
one name.
thank you, woman. Thank you, woman.
There's
Yes,
a
so
We
particular
live through
lady.
90s
There's a
now.
That's
particular
one
We
lady
live through
that
90s.
talks
PDD
about
is
PDD
never
all
the
the
reason
time.
why the authorities
Well,
have been easy on him is because they never saw him as a regular street
No,
guy.
it's because he knows a lot of influential
And
people.
he never
So
portrayed that.
no, Mike, he had connection. He had
does.
Mike.
connection.
Remember, they gave him the key to New York. Remember? So
Yes,
this guy
they did.
has yeah. So
Mike.
don't even say that.
We lived through 90s. He had a reputation in the industry. He was a bad boy. They know they were running gang. But you see, as they're growing and the industry is also going and transitioning and changing, they expect them to have changed. Look at the doggy man. What is his name? Snoop. I mean, look at the way he's transitioning to the fact that the media will now hire Snoop to be a commentator at the Olympic. I mean, somebody who was a known gangster. I mean, he
God
must have
bless you, Mr.
transformed his life.
Dewale. God bless
Even
you for
so,
saying
when
that.
you have
Mr.
that, I mean,
Adewale, though, Mr. Adewale, Mr.
so
Adewale, Snoop Dogg is married. He's a married man. He's been married for 30 something plus years. So you see the difference.
That's true. That's true,
I
Chioma.
mean,
That's true.
it's
That's
not,
true.
No
it's
choice.
not
No, he
about
has no
marriage.
choice. No, he has no
No,
choice
no, no,
than to be
He
responsible.
he
See,
chose to transform his life. He chose to grow up. He
because he's
chose
a
to
married
live those life.
man. He's
No,
a
no, no. It
married
has
man.
nothing to do with the married man. No, till
What do you
tomorrow,
mean
till,
transform? He be
till
crip walking on
tomorrow,
the IG.
till tomorrow, he's still a member of the Crip. He identify with them. He dance. He wear their clothes. He wear blues all the time. That
And not
tells
even
you.
that. I think he's a member of the bloodline. Oh,
No,
Adama,
it's
shut
not
up.
blood. It's not blood. It's Crip.
Okay.
It's not blood.
But
It's Crip.
he moves
No, it's
different,
not
though.
involved
He
with
moves
this.
different. He
But
makes
Mike,
better
Oman be
decisions.
silencer to banja, the silencer no man be.
No, 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 no,
So
no. See, you see, these guys, they've moved away from those lifestyle. Look, because he was married, his wife actually get him grounded, but he chose to transform his own life. He chose to leave those lifestyle behind. Those people that they were going around together. Look at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was almost the leader of the gang. Them, they were all gang members in those days of hip hop. But they decided, look, they need to. As soon as they started making money, they realized that they cannot remain in the hood and continue with this lifestyle. And most of them now started changing their environment, moving to a different location. Some even changed state. So but then they still have their lifestyle or their past dug in them. But some of them decided they can't do that. Look at 50 Cent. 50 Cent was a gang member. 50 Cent was bad boy on the street. But today, 50 Cent left those things behind. So some of them are having a hard time to live those lifestyle. And when you have connection, you have people that you can, at the press of button, they will answer you. They help you out with stuff. But when the Fed come at knocking at your door, you are done. You're completely done because at this moment, if the Fed could go after a son of a president, who the heck are you? Fed can be on your trail for 20, 30 years and they will get you one day. And when they get you, everything you build, the entire empire will crash down at the press button. So right now is in deep, deep problem and there's no way out. Would other people be fingered? Well, there's a chances, but I'll tell you, depends on his testimony and depend on the testimony of his alleged victims. If the victim comes out and say, you know what, this so person was involved, and you have 2 or 3 collaborations, that is it. The jury will condemn them and they will bring them in and they will also convict them. But right now, he'd rather keep his mouth shut, or when he's out, he's not going to be safe. That's what I would say. Thank you.
All right. Dupsy, we have Kagani joining us, I think from first time.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe you want to.
Yeah, let's document his voice. Kagani, can you unmute? Yeah.
Hi. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can.
Can you hear me okay? Yeah.
We can. Go ahead.
Yeah. This. What is the debate? I thought this was about geriatric parents. That's why I joined, but it seems to be like a Diddy related thing.
No,
No, you
that's where
can
it
go ahead with
started.
it.
So
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
speak
you
to
can go
that.
ahead.
So do you want the backdrop, or do you have an opinion already formed?
I came for the discussion. When is it too late for women to have kids? I don't know. I feel like when the
Yeah,
ovaries
yeah, go ahead with that.
say
Yeah,
so.
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have no problem with like an older woman, you know. So like I don't think there's like an age limit until the body tells them, you know. So maybe like late 40s, maybe, you know. But it seems this was
There are instances of women in their 60s having babies.
yeah. And what's the general consensus that that's a problem or
Is that not a problem?
uh, I mean, hey, if the body allows, you know what I'm saying. But like ultimately, I don't think there's like
Is there a
a
selfishness to
set
that?
age,
Is
a
there a
set age,
selfishness? Sorry,
a
Kajani. Is that
selfishness. Nah,
yes?
it depends on like what's the situation. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, oh, I'm not having kids specifically until I'm 60, then yeah, maybe. But if just happened like that, I really don't feel like there's an age limit. If that makes sense. That's my stance on the debate. You know.
Is it fair on that child for to be birthed by a 60-year-old woman?
To be fair, maybe not so. Not so, because the age thing could be like, ah, you my grandmother, you my mom's type shit, you know? But ultimately, I it could be regarded as selfish, you know, but ultimately I don't think it
So
is,
when
if
that
that makes
child is
sense.
10, that woman will be 70.
Yeah, pretty huge gap, right? But
Yes.
there's crazier scenarios. There's crazier scenarios because, you know, dudes have kids in their 60s as well, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I agree with you. You know, in this day and age, there's so many resources that can help a man or a woman to facilitate that, you know, to raise a child. So that's fine. I agree with you
Yeah.
100%.
True. For real. Um, any more points, or are we moving on to the next person?
No, we were also talking about um
I'd
people.
like to get in on this Diddy thing. If
All
like
right, go to
you
Diddy
know,
then. So what's your take on that space? Yeah, carry on.
yeah, as in like I'd like to get in on it. So like if you could catch like what's like the main what prompted this Diddy discussion so I can chime in, I guess.
It's just really because it's out there and everybody else is talking about it. So you know the backdrop. He's under arrest for all manners of shenanigans.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm on the internet. I saw the
Yes,
stuff.
but
That seems
the one of the points being made is that it seems to have been abandoned by all of these people that previously used to hang around him because yeah, I think his first appearance in court, only his sons turned up, and no celebrity has come out to speak in any defensive manner about him. So it seems as though he has just been cast adrift.
And woman, just to add into that, allegedly, the sons may be arrested. Allegedly, that's what I, so that
uh,
kind of can know where to pick up from.
No, they won't do that. Fed won't do that.
okay. I feel
Mr.
Fed
like you
won't.
know,
Dewale,
No, they won't do that. They've already
I
picked.
understand. Go ahead, Mr. Dewale. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sir.
the Fed already picked the father, and there's no father that will want to go down and bring their son with them. So everything, if at all, it will hone up to think that he didn't do that. Probably going to come to his child. It will say he directed his child, his son, to do it. You see those two
Adult.
kids in the court. Yeah, they're an adult, but this time around he will protect them because if the Fed wanted to do that, they would because they arrested his son. The video clips we watched when they raided his house in L.A. The son was also put in custody, not arrested. But when they
They were
did the
in
raiding,
custody.
yeah, they were in custody. So when it was they called detaining, not really custody, just detaining, just to because when they raid your house, they don't have to put handcuff on you, but they did that, I guess, for precaution because of the weapon reason. But the fact that it was the first person that was charged, and right now the son actually, because the indictment that was on sale didn't mention anywhere his son was any of his son was involved. So right now it's probably going to be going down for those kids. They won't arrest those kids. They will let them go. But those big wigs in the society, except he's going to keep his mouth shut. If not, they will finger those people. They will, because the
Yeah, but
investigation is still
I
on.
feel like a
Adwale,
lot of people have
not totally
lawyered
correct.
up. Yeah, go ahead.
Adwale, not totally correct. If they find videos of that's incriminating, doing some terrible things, are you telling me because they are Diddy's sons, they won't
That,
arrest them and charge them accordingly?
you think this is
By
Nigeria?
by now, because of the proximity to the subject matter, they would have been in custody.
No,
Because
Mr. Demola. No.
hold on. Because they also know that they could also be. You can't tell me the son would not have contact with them while in custody. So, and it was not restricted from contacting family member to influence and to persuade those victims to change their stories. So, if as much as they give him access to have contact with those kids, that means those kids will not be part of the will not be arrested. Investigation always go that way because
No,
if not, they would have
Adwale,
put them
hold
in
on.
custody to prevent
If you're talking about
interference.
adults, if you're talking about adult children that
Yes,
committed
yes,
crime
yes.
as
They
adults,
would have put those kids would have put them into custody to avoid
well,
interference.
I don't know. We don't know if they have
No, but
anything
Mr.
on
Demola,
them.
I don't
We
agree
don't know.
because everything being said is being recorded and this thing has been monitored. You made a statement here, and that's one thing about the feds here. They can monitor you for how many years? They have the financial capability and the manpower to do that. So when you
Okay.
say that, even if with his kids interacting with him, everything is being recorded and monitored. You know that. And
Okay.
not just that, his house was surrounded with how many cameras? Do you know how much footage? And remember, Didi is known for throwing, I don't want to, sorry for calling his name. He's known for throwing all these elaborate parties. So all the celebrities, everybody has lawyered up, including his kids.
Okay. You know the reason why they will not give him bail, right? Because the
First,
feds
they
fear.
gave him a 50 million, and
No,
you know a 50 million, 10% bond is 5 million.
okay. It's not even the money. They are not after. If they like, they can
Yeah,
raise
they
it
know
to
he can
500
afford it.
million.
He can afford
Yes,
it.
because hold on. They locked the gate because of interference, because of manipulating the victim. Interference, basically. Now, those three adult kids, son of his. Let's look at this way. Let's reference the previous cases that Fed has prosecuted, the mob cases. When they are raiding your house or they're about to charge you, they pick those who are mentioned in the indictment first. They pick them up. Now, any participant in that investigation, that fingers will also be picked up at the same time to avoid interference. But if you play a minor role, a role that is not big enough to be picked up or to be indicted, they will let you be. Okay. But if they now found out that you are now becoming the link between the subject matter and the victim, then you can now be charged for obstruction of justice. Now, right now, because those three kids have not been indicted, they have not been mentioned in that indictment because it was sealed. That is why they won't pick them and they will not charge them. Now, if along the line they now mention their name, because there's no parent that would do that. Let's be honest. Would you allow your son to be arrested with you?
No,
Yes.
Dewale, I think you are missing the point. I think Prince wanted to make a point, which let him actually make that point because I think I'm about to say what he was going to say. Prince.
Yeah, I was just making a simple point that if the feds find videos that is adult children were involved in some things very incriminating, like really bad stuff, that is independent of what Diddy would want to do as a father. They would charge those kids accordingly and bring them to justice. So it has nothing to do with Diddy trying to protect his children. Not at all. I don't see that connection.
Yes, and just
They,
to agree as well, it's
they will
nothing
have
to do
arrested
with
them by now.
whatever Diddy says they
No.
harvested a lot of evidence from his house. So as they continue to peruse those evidence, then they continue to make more and more arrests. That's just
Woman,
that's yeah.
those kids will not be arrested. Take it from me.
What if they find anything
if the
But,
evidence
Mr.
indict
Dewala,
them,
you're
if
speaking
the
like you're
evidence indict
like
them,
you're part of the prosecuting team.
I
You
can
don't
bet
know.
I can
He's
bet
no, that's
anybody
his
on
saying.
this.
specialism. Adam,
Listen,
that's his
if
specialism.
anybody ready to put their money on, I can bet anybody on this show that those kids will not be arrested.
Okay, let's ask you this: what if they find incriminating evidence against those kids? Will they still arrest? Will they still not arrest them?
Like I said, at the preliminary investigation, they always look at everyone's in proximity of that subject matters. If you play a nominal role that can be excused, they will excuse you. But if you lie to them, then they can charge you for
You're
something
not
different.
answering his question,
Yeah,
Wale.
I'm telling you how it usually panned out.
No,
I'm
Right
it's
saying
not
if
No,
they
how
but
it
you're
find
not
usually
answering
something,
the
will they
question,
still not
Mr.
arrest?
Dewala. You're answering it like a lawyer, like a prosecutor you are. But answer the question just like Mike said. If they find incriminating evidence as the case proceed, will they be charged? Yes or no?
Because they're an adult, and when it happens, I'm not sure if they're an adult or they're underage. But if they're an
No.
adult and they found it,
As
they
adults.
it's 50-50. But
What?
usually,
What do you
hold
mean
on,
it's 50
they
50?
have. Oh,
If they
hold on,
find incriminating evidence, what?
hold on,
I
hold
don't
on.
think you understand
You
what
see,
they're asking you.
I understand, but let me tell you this: the FBI do not leave trail behind when because they coast like when you're clearing the road, you clear it all at once. Now, if in any remnant fall along the line, it's probably not going to be at the level of felony. They will always look at, okay, if maybe you lie or you play a
No,
role
no,
that
just
is.
hold on. Don't say anything,
Yeah,
Dewale.
man.
Oh, just hold on. What people are saying is when they raided P. Diddy's house, they
Mhm.
harvested a lot of evidence. So if as they and of course they're still in the process of perusing those evidence. If in the process of perusing the evidence they find something that indicts his children, would they not arrest them?
I just told you guys.
Yes or no,
For,
man?
for- they
Come on,
won't.
just
They
all this.
won't. Pure blank. They won't.
They won't.
At this moment, if you have not arrested them, no, they won't.
I
They
don't
will still
agree.
cry. They
That
will say,
doesn't
oh,
make
let's
sense.
over.
I don't agree with you, sir. Respect,
You
Mr.
may-
Dewala. I have so much
well,
respect for you and
you
your
may.
profession, but I don't agree.
No, you don't know my profession. You guys don't. You guys, I understand. You guys are saying that they may pick them up along the line if they find evidence, but for you to have gotten to this level, at this level of indicting the subject matters, who is in close proximity to the subject matter the most? His son. His son, not even a security guard. Okay, they live together. Correct. So at this moment, P. Diddy is the only one being indicted. And they said the investigation is still ongoing. Now, if at all, because the way they arrested him, or the way the investigation was more or less like a mob investigation, more or less like, because when they're picking up mobsters, they pick them at the same simultaneously the same time to avoid interference. And right now, I do not see that because those kids still have
That's a
access to
wrong
him.
analogy. Oh, hold on. That's a
You
wrong
think so?
analogy too. It's not a because in a mob, if they are picking up a mob, then they
Mhm.
already know just by indication that most of them are likely to be criminals. But they're picking up somebody that's somewhat of a sexual deviant. So that's not a mob situation. That doesn't
It is.
indict people around him.
Racketeering is a
But
mob
a
lifestyle.
mob,
It is.
I'm not sure that. Anyway, carry on.
Racketeering is a mob
Mr.
lifestyle.
Dewale, do you
But
watch Court
it's not only like
TV?
a turn that they are doing now. They are
Do
doing
you
other.
watch Court TV if you're in America? There was something showed this morning while I was in the airport. And the thing showed, they said this is allegedly, that they're going to use the evidence found in regards to his sons to use to lure him to open up. And you said something as a father, and any man I know, when it comes to their children, including women, you will be protective of your children. And you said something. When this thing happened, how old were they? But if you say no at this time, that if they find any incriminating evidence, that they should have arrested them, I want you to explain to us why they will find something that incriminates the kids and let them go, other than negotiating and bargaining with him. Back to you, sir.
But as a parent, would you want your child to go to prison? Likely
No,
not.
no, before my
So
sons go down, I will put everybody down. I would take everybody down with
Except
me
your
and let.
son. Except
That's
your
what I'm
son.
saying. That's why I say that you would negotiate, wouldn't you?
I will protect my child. I'll protect my child. But I don't think I don't think PDD is gonna sing, especially his child. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't. Well, human being changes, but I don't know. By this time, I don't think so, because everything that went down was within his address. And who's the address registered of? PD did not these children, so everything is going to be on him. So at this moment, well, except if he changes his story,
Well, you
that's
can
it.
negotiate. You can negotiate
With your
drugs.
son, with your
Narcotics.
children,
Hold
bro.
on. You can negotiate drug, narcotics, and all those things. You can, yeah, you can make. You can come to a bargain, and PDD can
About
take it
what?
forth.
About throwing your kids under the bus?
Let
That's
me
not
just say,
happening.
I'm just saying that they can negotiate, and PDD can take it forth for it. But if they find an incriminating video where these kids are raping women, and it's quite obvious and graphic, and these women came forth and collaborate the video, you tell them they're going to negotiate that? What is there to negotiate?
Okay, bro, let me tell you this. If it happens that they found a video clip or something where those kids were found to be maybe fondling or doing some crazy stuff, guess what? Under whose watch were they doing it? It is easy
Doesn't
for
matter if
law.
they're grown adults, man. It doesn't matter who's watch. If you're a grown
What
adult,
do you mean? Which
I'm not gonna
watch? What are you
say
talking about?
Well, well, this is what I'll say. Um, right now, PDD is the one in custody, correct? When Epstein was arrested, who else was he arrested with? When what is this called? This other Hollywood guy, the opera friend, what's his name again? Forgot his name. The one that was given, is it 25 years or 30? I'm not even sure. He was the only one.
well, yeah, case is
Sorry?
different now. You're talking as
It's, it has an element of sexual abuse in there.
yeah,
That's what
but
makes this case
everyone's
even more
can't say their
heinous.
issue is the same as exactly the same as Didi's issue. I mean, it's different case by
Did
case.
they, did they,
No,
they
are you
didn't
talking
know
about
have a
Mr. Dewola? Are you talking about the producer in Hollywood?
yeah. I forgot
Did
his
you
name.
see that another charges was added to him? Another woman came up.
Who else was arrested with him?
No. I'm not arguing. I agree with you,
Because no
but
one
that's
else.
a different because no one else. He
But
did
it was
not.
a
No one
sexual
else.
assault. It was a sexual assault charges, right?
Okay, but Mr. Dewale were minors mentioned.
Right, Harvey Weinstein, I think his name.
Yes, Harvey
God
Weinstein
bless you.
were
God bless you.
minors mentioned in that case.
In his own case, yeah, but it's
Yes.
sexual assault, correct?
No, you're not answering my question. I said were
I'm not
minors
even sure that
mentioned in the
Devon is in
case.
the same conversation.
Definitely,
I don't know, man.
definitely,
I don't think so. It's just
definitely.
shifting.
No,
Okay, just shifting.
Mike,
You
I
can't
beg,
say
before you
because
come.
they
Because it's a
arrest
sexual
Harvey Weinstein,
assault charges is
they will not
related.
arrest
The
Diddy's
same
son.
thing with prostitution. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when you have to run a prostitution ring, it's still the same sexual assault where people are claiming that you assault them sexually. It's still the same thing, not to even throw the racketeering into it. So the fact that he was the only one being prosecuted, doesn't matter how many charges is being added to it. It's still going to be, as long as he keep his mouth shut, he's not talking, no other person goes down. The
He
list
doesn't.
go on and on.
He doesn't have to keep his mouth shut for them to be able to find evidence against other people.
And
If
that's
they
why I said
keep
his
it,
kid would
Adewale,
not.
you think it works that way?
Of course it does.
It
I'm not sure
doesn't.
what
Let
he's
me tell
talking
you. Let
about,
me tell you
Zeta, to be
something.
honest with you.
Who
I mean, I'm sorry, are you not a law enforcement person?
Who?
um
You,
No,
Dewale,
Who?
you,
leave,
You talking
leave
to?
Mr. Dewale. No, why are
You
you not
talking
carry
to?
the
involved?
guard.
You talking to? Not me. Who just spoke now? What's her name? Madam Sita, not me. Madam Sita is a law enforcement.
all right, all right. Sorry, Zeta, carry on.
Adewale, you see,
Don't quote
um
me, oh. Don't quote me, oh.
no, I'm not quoting you. I'm just calling your name as what they call subject ubiquicity. Is it not how they say it in English language? When you are using something that sounds like the subject, but it's not the subject. It's just like saying you. In Nigeria, they will say you people. doesn't necessarily mean anyone, but somebody can jump in. Anyway, that's by the way. What I'm saying is, you see these things that pick when they pick somebody who we think is highly connected. What happens? The question should be, why did they pick him now? Or why did they pick the person now? Because it's not now, both Espin, Didi, blah, blah, blah. Their cases has been running for over 15 years. Why did they pick him? Two things are involved. Either they stepped on somebody's toes that they can no longer, the people that protect him feels it is over the bar. They can no longer protect him on that issue, because if they try it, everything, it will be like letting soldier ant everywhere. It will crawl and enter your bronchus. That is one. Secondly, it might be that he has done so much that everything is about to expose. So they have to pick him. Now, saying, he's going to be there alone. That is the way it's being structured. But whether he's talking, definitely they do sing Kenevi. Trust me on that. They call names, they tell stories. If you doubt them, or if you doubt FBI, those videos they pick in their house, let them show it to the public. If they swallow knife. Do they talk? Yes, they talk. Because any man who is drowning will like to find anything to hold on to. They don't usually go down alone. They'll be speaking. And the people, they'll be making references. They have evidences. The FBI do have the evidences about what they are doing. But will they call those people? The answer is no. They always use them as a scapegoat. Not that nobody is supposed to be there with them. A lot of unimaginable people are supposed to be. People you don't even believe, including Obama, should be in that jail with him. Yes, I said so, and nothing will happen. But will he be in that jail with him? The answer is no.
A lot of people went to his parties, and a lot of wild things went down there.
And the next thing now, they're just wasting. That's how it works. That we just, all this one that's saying he's in suicide, victim in suicide words. There's somebody, I don't want to call them so. They're sending a hit to him. They're going to give him a hit. That's how it happens. And they will call it suicide. It's as simple as ABC. So when somebody had decided
Zita, there's a real concern around what you're saying, that what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, that they have concerns around that, what you do, because a lot of very powerful people went to a lot of his parties, and we know that those parties were wild, and we know that he cameraed up his whole house. So there's a lot of evidence against a lot of very powerful people.
Are you in that Espin's case? I'm sure the whole world don't know about the 16-year-old girl that was slept with and she died. I'm sure and they don't know who slept with her.
Hold on, Zita, don't go too detailed, otherwise it will trigger YouTube.
Do you know there's like 5 CEOs that resigned this week alone?
It's unfortunate thing when people, because they want to have a name and power and affluence, and they decide to be used. You know that Didi's pictures were used to be in NYPD office before. I know most of you people have not been there. His pictures used to be in their walls. That's how powerful he is. This is a guy that the key of New York was given to last year or last 2 years. In that same New York, he's in a jail. In that same New York, he was refused a bail. Of course, we should know what is going on now.
What is going on?
And they could close the case. Not that it's anybody in the cell with him. Obviously, millions of people are supposed to be in that cell with him, but they won't be. It's as simple as ABC. That party he's throwing, those girls that's doing that freak out with, that freak out period, that they use baby oil, that freak out period, is it only Didi doing freak out? Nah.
1,000 baby oils. I heard that
does have a point there, woman.
I heard that this price of has gone up.
You know one thing about America, woman.
After Mike finished talking, can Chioma say what Chioma is saying? She's making a good point, and I don't think you guys know. A lot 5 CEOs resigned, so I want her to.
Ignored. Yeah, I said it. They ignored me, but 5 CEOs all over the world, they resigned. They stepped up because of this. It's not even conspiracy.
But their resignation doesn't mean anything. If they want to indict them, they can still indict them. Resignation doesn't mean anything. I don't even know why.
No, but it wouldn't hurt the company. That's why they.
Okay, unless so. But,
and what she said, so that their company would be tied in and stuff. Yeah. Because if you know, Didi has a lot of collaborations with a lot of companies. What Chioma is saying is true. In the business news, CSNBC, what she said.
If you resign so that your company will not be involved, just like they say, if what you did when you were the CEO has a lot to do with the company will still go down with you. We still go down. They're going to investigate. Resignation doesn't actually, I don't even know what that means, but
even
CEO of a company,
Nike CEO resigned too.
If you are a CEO
because of Didi.
Those guys do.
I don't believe all that.
Mike, please, Dr. Alexandra Gomez is asking what baby oil is for, so I don't want to explain it.
The doctor now, with the doctor.
They're supposed to know now.
Mike,
no, he doesn't know now. Can someone educate him now?
Baby oil is used when they do freak out.
Mike, the head of Sony.
Zita, you're not explaining it the way I would explain it.
Okay. Also, New York Police Commissioner also resigned too.
Mike, thank you.
The head of Sony Music resigned.
Are they telling you because of?
Hold on, the CEO of Warner Music in Japan resigned. The CEO.
Mike, they go to these freak parties. They go to these orgy parties. The
CEO of 300 Entertainment, Kevin Lillis, he resigned.
Yeah.
So many, a lot.
Is that the one, 23andMe, Chioma? Is that
yes, 23andMe, yes. That's a good one, Dupsy. Yes. Please, Dupsy, can you explain what baby oil is used for? Yeah, no one.
I have a question. I have a question.
Hold on. I think the best person to explain that will be Prince Daddy. He would know what.
I think Dewale will be the best now. Dewale is the only one. Prince Daddy.
When is Trump going to resign too from this election? Because his picture and names was mentioned in those. Where is he going to resign?
It's not going to happen. Trump was a celebrity.
He hung out with
Dewale, what do you do with baby oil? Tell us.
Dewale. Used for, please. You know what important.
Actually, hold on. I'm waiting for Dupsy or somebody to tell me what the baby oil is for. Actually, I don't know. I've been waiting. Can somebody tell us?
Mike, I've explained to Abba Gomez what you use baby oil for, so don't worry about it.
Explain.
Me or you?
Huh?
Mike, explain.
Explicit.
Dewale is the one that's explaining. So the only one that the person that knows the answer will be the one that will be the one explaining.
Adama is the best person to explain. Adama,
Mike used baby oil to lubricate his machine gun.
My woman get wet. My woman get wet very well, so I don't need to. She gets wet.
One feeling is penetrate, so makes it easier to penetrate.
Oh, that's what Dewale. That's what you're saying. So use that.
I want your money in here. You're good, but this brother.
Mr. Dr. Alexandra I didn't know respect you, sir. I just wanted to put it in a way that won't be too distinct. So, sir, that's what baby oil is used for.
it's quite worrying how much you know about these sort of things. Actually, Adama, you're always very
No,
crazy.
Adama is a sex therapist now. She knows a lot about sex.
Listen,
So she's a-
listen, woman, you know I am an anesthesiologist. So I went to medical school, I'm educated, and at the same time, I have a lot of experience when it comes to those things. So, and guess
You mean
who
the
is the
applications
benefits?
of the
And my husband is the one enjoying the
application of the
benefits.
material. Huh.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, in these charges, are minors involved? Were they children, like young underage people involved?
yeah, but they
Yes,
have
yes,
done
Okay, okay,
yes.
that's what they were nailing because
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were. Yeah, and drugs were
yeah, yeah,
involved
because
too.
if it's all adults, they were all involved in this entire thing. Then I think you guys stand a chance of getting
Even
away
with the adults, it wasn't
Ma-
consensual with the
Mike,
because
adults. They were drugged. So it
first of
wasn't
Mike,
all,
consensual
eh,
with the
eh,
adults too. So
Mike.
say
You
again.
see,
Hold on. I
Mike.
didn't hear
it
this. What
wasn't
did you say?
consensual. It wasn't consensual with the
It
adults.
wasn't consensual. What? So
Yeah.
it was raping adult. Come on, what are you
Yes, they
talking?
were drugged actually. So that's
Okay, the drug part. I mean, the two areas they might get him is the drug and underage. But
Yeah.
if a bunch of adults came there were doing stupid things, the thing about America is they promote immorality. They make it all legal. They even allow companies to make videos of these things and make money out of it, like in a
And
point.
Mike, you know another thing. There's
But
another
then they will
famous
not indict
pastor.
people who for immorality. I'm like, okay,
You
what
know,
kind of
TG
country?
Jakes and him has been linked up for a long time. You know that, Mike, right?
You say
You know him, and allegedly him and TG Jakes has been ongoing thing. You know that, right?
the
But
pastor?
what we don't know is if it's a top or a bottom in this relationship.
Ah, no,
No, one thing, Prince Daddy, I'm sorry. One thing I've
Oh
noticed about
man.
Christians is
Ah,
Christians and this thing, they are 5 and 6. Have you noticed? Prince Daddy.
That's what I've always said. Now, if you go
Christians
to
and
Miss Dupsy, leave
yeah.
Christians out of this
Christians and
narrative.
Atawadofuro, they are 5 and
No,
6.
leave
I've
Christians
noticed
out
it.
of
I
this.
do it.
Okay.
they always
Mike,
a born again Christian. He goes to
It's
church.
Mike.
Lucy. Oh, gbọ́rọ̀ tí wọ́n máa ń sọ ọ́ ní pé top àti bottom bá ló ṣe mọ̀. Tẹ́ bá parí show yìí kó lọ gbọ́
But
lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kó yá
You
nǹkan
guys
fún
should
What?
ìyàwó
leave
ẹ̀.
Christians out
Ọmọ
of
ẹ̀
this
ti mọ̀ top àti
before the
bottom.
Mike.
anger will
They
shine
only
behind
you are
them.
not
Mike.
going to TJ Jakes or
Oh,
whatever they call him, TJ Jakes.
Freak out.
I want to do the association. Hey, well,
Freak out
Mike.
is not.
You see that.
It's not actually normally when you are induced. Shit do happen. Freak out for Didi
Here.
is keeping someone continuously lubricated so that that person can continuously be doing that for a whole day or more than a day. That is what is Didi's freak out period. It's not a normal circumstances. Yes, that's what they saw in the. Should I be saying this? Okay, never mind.
No,
Yes,
but what you're saying.
hold on,
Excuse me,
Adama.
guys.
Let's
Mhm.
Diwali, especially to you. Keep the language PG. Yes,
But
What
what
have
I
I
want to
said
say
now
with
that
what
is?
she
What have
said
I said?
is they want Miss Uncle they want Mr.
Why
Devon will
is
talk
it called
later.
freak out?
Woman, why
No,
that you listen?
now.
Why are you
look at
particular
the
about
comment
my
section
language has
now.
been
Another
modified now?
argument is
Is it not
Mr.
adult
Devon
the
ṣe èmi náà máa ń
association?
lọ ọjí party ní kẹyà sọ̀rọ̀ sí ká
No,
mọ̀.
I said I want to do the association. I mean, you see the same line
no,
of
now
freaky.
you are still repeating it. Let's
What is
just
the difference between and a freak off? It's still the same thing. By
No,
the way,
what's the difference
The
is
one,
that
this one you know about this association. Well, you remember?
Thank you, Mike. I just want to ask
hey,
him about the same association. No?
You know this
Mike,
association. Well, you remember? Are you
I
a
want
member? Which one?
are
Mike,
you
go
asking
help
me
my
if I'm
Because
a
sister.
I've never
member?
heard of all these things, so I'm just hearing today from you.
Are you asking me
Hey,
if I'm a member?
it's
No,
the
Adewale is
alphabet
not.
people. When you're
Who
talking
asked
about
that
alphabet
question?
people, not me. Oh,
No, we're
no.
asking Adewale if he's a member of the association that is talking.
Please,
How can I
I
be?
don't
Diwali,
speak.
hold on now. Hold on.
Okay.
Let Zita come in. I think Zita is about to tell us she's a member of some group.
Hey,
Hey, one man, now what for you? Anyway, what is in life is if you want to discuss something, even if you know everything, and in a public platform like this, you can only say a few. But it will be very nice if you want to say something, you say something you know about. or maybe probably you know somebody who is involved in the investigation. So that is what is called freak out. Freak out is not just doing some people, inducing people to have it. No. That's not what is freak out in Didi's own case. Freak out is keeping people, like 2, 3, 4 people, whether same sex or opposite sex, keep them doing it for more than a day. That's why they have a lot of baby oil in the house.
Oh my God! I don't think they said a lot of people pass out after the freak off, so they give them IV injection.
You people will
they give them IV injection to hydrate them so that they can come back to life.
Yes, another thing I want to, but Ms. Zita, another thing I want to highlight is we need to understand that a lot of those people are high. Drugs are involved.
Of course.
And if you know those drugs, and they have medicine that keeps them wanting those things.
No. He does
so
all that.
These are not just regular medication. Medicines that make them crave those things that they in their normal mind, they don't even know what they are doing.
I don't know about other case. I'm talking about this man's case. He's gonna threaten you. Even if you know what you're doing, because it's not everybody that is those kind of things get done like that. They might get them down for like an hour or two. They get themselves and they want to leave. This guy threatens them.
Who can Diddy threaten? I will take this serious. Diddy will threaten somebody and the person will take him serious.
In his house with doors locked.
So Diddy will threaten somebody and somebody will like, okay.
With ammunitions, Mike.
With ammunition.
So anyone will believe Diddy will come in. Come on, man.
No. It's a serious thing. Let's hear from you. What did you say?
So PDD will pull a gun out and say, hey, okay, come on, who will take that guy serious? Come on now.
What do you mean by who will take that guy serious?
So anyone will believe PDD will actually trying to kill them in his house.
That's if he has not
in America.
Absolutely. That's if he has not done it.
So you think he has not done that before?
You
don't what?
You don't know the charges against this guy.
They are not charging him for violent crime, all those kind of stuff. PDD is not. He's not a tough guy, man.
We talk about any other thing.
Do you remember?
The only area they can nail him is.
Okay, he didn't threaten
anybody. Do you remember Tupac?
Yeah. It's time to
Tupac. PDD has nothing in Tupac's case. He doesn't have hand.
It's time to go.
Everybody knew that from the beginning.
If he's Tupac self, he gets some.
PDD was never a street guy. He's not a gangster.
I'm not even going to argue with
you. I was even scared of him.
All right. I think Dupsy wants to do one very rapid topic.
And then they give me. I'm tired. The woman. Which one is this one? Me.
I have to go. Una bye. One man, come on.
First
no problem.
How do you know that?
Yes, we'll come out tonight, Zita.
Come out. We must continue with what Edo people wanted to give to Nigeria and refuse to have it for themselves. Come out.
All right, definitely. We're going to battle that one out later on tonight.
Who posed this biggest lie of the year here?
Yes. Hold on, Dewale. Dupsy, do you want to take this on or do you want to round it up?
And this one, how does she know now?
That it's the biggest lie of the year. The biggest lie of the year.
Hold on. Let me just bring it. Because we have a clip of the girl and then it says mixed reactions as lady declares herself first female virgin to graduate from Osun State University. So here it is. A self-assured lady sparked reactions after she proclaims a self-assured lady sparks reactions after she proclaims herself the first female virgin to graduate out of Osun State University. So let's just go to the clip. I want you to see what she looks like and then see if it and anyway.
First female virgin to graduate in Osun, in Okuku, Ikire, Osogbo campus. First female virgin. Oizio, first class virgin, but virgin first female virgin to graduate in Osun, Osogbo campus, Ikire campus, Okuku, Ifetedo, all the 6 campuses in Osun. First female virgin. First class Oji Nkokon. but virgin last one.
First class, they speak like this. Anyway, Una bye bye. Now first class, they talk like
Woman,
this.
where did they conduct this thing now? How did they know? I don't
No.
understand.
She
People with their
just came
mental
out to
health.
make the proclamation for herself, and it sort of freaked people out. So there's so many things. One, the way she looks. If she's a virgin, then I'm a banana. So that one. But then also going through the university system,
Woman.
going through the university system in Nigeria as a pretty female and coming out on the other side. Well, I suspect she didn't even go into that university as a virgin, but it's just sparked a lot of reactions on social media. So I just thought I'd bring it forward, see if it's anything
But
that
is this a man or a woman?
She's a woman.
Are you sure?
Shetumbo.
Chioma.
It's just her jawline. Her jawline is giving me like, you know,
The jawline is very obvious. She has experience with something, you know. With her mouth.
Mikey. Hey. No, I just want to plead with you, please. Let's talk it, please. I know you want to round up. Topic you are Coco. So, Mike, please explain that jawline for us, since you know.
Sorry, let's do it this way. Let's do 3 minutes, and then Adopsi makes a decision.
Okay, yeah. Adama, you could go ahead first.
I am saying something. She says she's virgin. Who will verify that? And you can tell, I don't know why people like trending with things that are not true. 3 things that are not true, but I want to nominate someone on this platform to go and verify for us. Mr. Dewale, one man, at Mike. Please. So that way they'll come back and report to us.
I will nominate Prince
Prince Daddy is he's a gentleman.
Prince Daddy low handsome now. Prince Daddy low handsome.
Handsome. My experience last song only pay handsome.
Prince Daddy Nicolo test me support Mike at one man. Prince Daddy Nicolo ni mufuni sheyin. Prince Daddy lo ye sheyin.
And your killer investigate.
Mission accepted. Name Prince Daddy. So I'm.
What are we investigating now?
Mr. Dewale Keba will confirm boya virgin no more.
Any?
Yes, help us to confirm if this is what she's saying, what she's calling herself.
Why did you tell Mike with a very good working gun machine to go and investigate? Why me? Not me.
So you don't have a very good working machine to go and investigate. Why you have to send somebody else?
My machine doesn't make for one other part. It's just
okay, Marco prescription for you, Marco Viagra for you, the Cialis, Semalo.
That girl's mouth doesn't look like that much is a virgin.
I think it's a man. I don't think it's a woman.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
The jawline is too pronounced. Like
really,
a woman. Yeah, it's too hard.
What makes the jawline get hard like that?
I don't know. It's like
it's really too busy.
So bony. It's so bony.
Maybe the mouth was too busy. The mouth was big.
I think she's just catching cruise. Maybe she's just chasing clout.
I think so too.
Look sometimes can be deceiving. But to be honest with you, anybody coming out from college these days and say they're virgin, they should take it with a pinch of salt, especially nowadays. You can't, he said he went to all those schools are just mushrooms, secondary school stuff, and stuff goes down there. We know what goes down. So don't let us believe what she said. There's no point investigating or anything. That girl is just lying, pure lies.
Yeah, so Tokpe, do you want to contribute?
I agree with Mr. Adewale because virgins don't speak like that. She has a sharp mouth and she doesn't look even humble to be a virgin. Most virgins are actually modest and they don't want to be exposed in that way. You get my point? There's a reason why, at that age, if she's still a virgin, there's a reason why they're keeping their virginity. It's not for the whole world to try to, test them or all that kind of stuff. So this person didn't look like a street person to be a virgin. He or she looks like a street walker. This can be a virgin because most virgins are very modest.
The virgin not tell you she's a virgin.
Most virgins carry themselves with dignity and respect.
How about Tokwe? Is Tokwe still here? Tokwe?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, please. Can you contribute?
Well, I just think she's definitely a female. Choma, she is. I just think, these days people are just trying to reign and create content and be popular.
And cloud chase, I agree.
That's how I see it. She's just trying to create a content and make noise.
Do you see her jawline, Tope?
Yes, I do. She's still a female.
Really?
Yeah, she is. She just wanted to create content. That's how I see it. And be popular.
Yeah.
Nothing important about her.
Let me ask you a question, Tope. Is it possible to go through the university system in Nigeria and remain a virgin?
Absolutely. My sisters did. Yes.
It's
How did you know that?
Because I know. Because at their wedding, their husbands brought tubers of yam, the traditional. They did.
So tubers of yam is the evidence that someone
They did after the night.
And then they came out to tell you.
Yes, they did.
Did they bring the red?
I don't know. I'm not sure whether they showed my parents that, but they did. I wasn't, but my two sisters were just three girls. My still sisters.
Are you sure she didn't tell the guy like Joe?
No, it's not a matter of telling. It's not about telling. It's in the doing that you see it, that you know.
You guys
were there? You know.
You guys were there in your room?
Yes, you were in the room with them. Papa, you were in the room with them.
Okay, just so you know, one of my sisters is married to a reverend. So if you won't lie about that kind of thing, it was a thing of pride. So
what are you trying to say? You're even complicating it. So
I'm saying it was a thing of pride to him.
So what does that mean? Don't marry for reverend.
He will say because he doesn't want the family to reject the girl now.
No, pastors like to marry decent women that have not been touched. It's an honor, because they're men of God. So
yes. So
if you find out that she was already touched, it's not, and he doesn't want to end it, he won't come out and tell you that.
Hold on. Shoma said something, Mike. So are you telling me that Pastor Idabruski, the one in Anambra, that one married his wife a virgin?
Oh my God, Adama, they are calling pastor. Why will you call him Daboski Diosa? How will
liquid metal.
We're not talking about celebrity pastors, all these useless pastors. We're talking
about traditional.
Real men of God.
Which one is traditional pastor?
It's an honor for them to marry a virgin.
Yes.
Which one is the real man of God?
Mike, this is not argument.
Babalawo, this is not your thing.
You don't even believe that Nigerian girls can remain virgins before marriage.
So pastors don't lie.
No, real man of God. I mean, for him to do that, it's an indicative that his wife is a virgin.
Virgin. And my younger sister also.
Babalawo, they say you should mind your own business. Babalawo.
But I wasn't. Definitely not. So there was no yam or anything for anybody.
That pastor going to use Ogun to swear, then we'll believe them.
Mike. A pastor will never do that. I mean,
the same pastor was scamming people, collecting people's last money for offering. They will never lie. Mike, come on now, Choma, are you kidding me?
No, they can lie, but not in this kind of thing, is what we're saying.
Mike. Hold on. Why would they not lie if they know that the rule says if you do it and she wasn't a virgin, you're supposed to cut the marriage, and he wants to remain married. So why would he not come and tell you people that she wasn't a virgin, knowing that they were expecting to now dump her?
Why would he will lie now? Why would he if he's interested in keeping her, he will lie to you people now. Because
Okay,
if he tell you the truth, you know you guys will expect him to
but okay,
dump her.
you're going deep into this. Am I
It's
long
not
and
deep.
short? But long and short of this is, I know my two sisters were virgins. I wasn't, and I never hid it.
Let's respect that, please. Don't let us down.
Yeah, they were virgins, and
yeah,
and they took, and their husbands took them. That didn't
Thank
happen
you so
to
much.
Me too. I
Congratulations,
told my
Felicia.
people that I
You
was a
say me
virgin.
not virgin in me when my husband met
Yeah,
me.
but I don't think, but I don't think I'll let, but I don't think I will encourage my child to do that.
What did you
I would
just
let
say to
her
me?
test.
I said congratulations to you too.
Thank you, darling. More love.
You're so funny. You said you let.
You were the only one that wasn't
Choma, why are you
invited.
the one that will pick? Choma, why are you the one that will pick that part that I said? Nobody else heard it.
No, I mean, because I was so proud of the fact that your sisters are virgins before they were married. And then you say you will let your own kids.
Is Choma a virgin?
You know, I mean, is it your business?
I won't let my daughter. I won't let my daughter do that. I will let her test.
Is it me that you're talking to like that? I'll beat
Choma, please, if they're talking about virginity, Rara. Yeah, you know both of us, please.
Come and check if I'm a virgin. Come.
Lucy, please don't do that assessment. Oh, my family.
Let's get it freaky on.
Lucy,
Chioma, àbúrò mi mani, she's coming to me soon. Àbúrò mi ni.
I greeted someone in the chat section. I said, my brother. Choma said, Adam, I know your type. Mama, don't start calling this brother. Ma, the Choma is not your sister. Choma,
I know she's my sister. Oh no. Sister already. What can I do now?
She's my sister. Let's keep it in the family.
For you to have remembered that incident, it shows that you yourself, you know what you were doing. And I caught you.
My
Adama was trying to slide into the DM and I caught her red-handed.
You see, woman, you see what Choma is doing now. If I start now, you see Adama started though. One Adama today, my brother, thank you for donating to the channel. Choma Adama, don't call him your brother. He's not your brother.
No, she said brother with a kiss, with the mouth and all the smooth.
Oh my God,
Choma, it is very bad. It is very bad.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
And you did very good. You did very good. And no,
I love you. You know one thing I love about this platform? We are allowed to be ourselves. We throw banter at each other and everything. Just like I told Lucy, my husband met me a virgin. She said, congratulations, Adama.
But Adama, why are you now confusing us? But you know that's not true. Now, how can they hold you?
Oh my God. He takes a freak to know another freak.
I never denied it. I was never married a virgin. And if I did, my husband would be disappointed.
My God.
The first time my husband met me, what he asked me was how many kids. And I said none. He said, why?
Oh, yeah, me.
Doctor, did you tell your sister that you were also a virgin too?
No, I didn't. Why would I tell them? I didn't tell them, but they don't. I didn't have to tell them. They already kind of have an idea of my lifestyle, so they should have guessed.
Tokwe, let me ask you this, and as we're about to start to round up, I think Dupsy wants to shut it down.
Okay.
How many partners do you think it's acceptable for a lady to have had before marriage?
You test and see that the Lord is good. That's all I can say. You keep testing and seeing that the Lord is good. It's not animal show, but you just have to be strategic and
test and see that the Lord is good.
Lord is good. If you church if you church the church.
One man, the only person that will answer this question I'm about to say is Choma. Choma, are you listening?
Choma that is reading from a script.
No, Choma is listening now. Listen, Choma, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm
my baby alone.
Ask no tell him where the mileage. Please explain to one man.
What's the question?
How many men should you have slept with before getting married?
Well, me personally, I don't sleep around, so I think maybe one.
No.
Just for the experience.
1 or 2.
Oh, you're very unreasonable. You're very unreasonable, Choma.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
No, this is a topic. When I answer these type of questions, it's for the.
Choma, did you just say 1 or 2? Maybe my ear failed me. Did you just say 1 or 2? Please go back, rewind. Did you say 1 or 2?
She said 1, so I added the 2.
That's very unreasonable.
I added the 2.
Okay. 1 or 2. And when I answer these questions, it's not just for my own personal experience. It's for the general public, because I want the ladies to know that you don't have to go around sleeping with everyone, but things happen where women get disappointed in a relationship. If it doesn't work out, then you meet your rightful husband, and then that's that, so
Should a man marry a woman with more mileage than 2002 Toyota Corolla?
No, it's called Mike. It's called body count. It's not.
What do you mean mileage? Please, what do you mean by mileage?
Listen, can I correct Mike and one man? One man is called body count. Does it matter how much body count a woman has before she gets married?
What do you mean?
As long as she doesn't have any STD.
But my thing is, it's very immature if two people are in a relationship or courting, and then they're discussing body count. It's very.
What does body count mean?
Body count means I want to do.
But experience is good sometimes. Let's not all these things we are talking.
That's what I was saying. That test and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's some things you keep to yourself. The whole world doesn't, even your husband doesn't need to know your body count. It's between you and God.
No. Hold on, Choma. I think for some men, it's important for them to know if they're going to be in a long-term relationship.
Why?
Hold on, man. I'll tell you why. But if they're going to be in a long-term relationship that would lead probably to a permanent relationship, like a marriage, etc., a lot of men will actually want to know how much.
It's not a lot of men. It's only you, and it's mostly insecure men that feel the need to know. You don't need to know. It's not your business.
All right.
Who are you competing with? John.
I won't be asking a man how many girls have you slept with.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter so much now. But it matters the other way around.
But how come women prefer a man with a lot of body counts, but men don't prefer men with a lot?
So your experience,
thank you, Michael. Women prefer men with experience.
That's what I'm saying. Now, experience means body count now.
Please, yes, please, one man, please define to us why it matters. Please, let's not speak. Let's listen to our Daddy Gio.
No, but this is just from my own, how I see that. Nobody wants to be with a woman that's been overly used. That's one. And then in some men's minds, they want to, they measure against whoever you have been in the past. So some men do that. So they measure against whoever you have been in the past. So if you have been, let's say for instance, when you get into bedroom matters.
Can you mute? We can hear your noise.
Yes, when you get into bedroom matters, they don't want you to be too experienced, so that they might not be. They want them to be the best experience you've had, and if you've had that much experience, then So men can feel insecure off the back of it if women have been around.
Your gender is
oh my, but you enjoy a woman with good experience now. They can't. Oh my, girl with correct experience. When she handle you like this,
but they love women that have experience. They don't love women that have experience. They want women.
Oh my, you come and deal with this American lady with experience. When they do something like this, you be like, damn.
Please,
let's close the show. Mindset,
No, I think men want to date women with experience, but they want to marry.
Shama, thank you.
That's what men want. They want to marry angel, but they want to date experience.
Yeah, I said it's a very insecure mindset. When you're
with
someone, just focus on you and her relationship.
I think they're
just most of these men that ask this question want more calorie bed, want more
confused.
Yeah, the women have to finish the job with their fingers. It's so annoying.
Imagine that. Somebody like one man now, but he wants an experienced woman.
I'm an your man.
What does your man got to do with that now?
Miss Doopsy, I would like to have my own final submission. If you guys are not doing submission, I want to give my own final submission.
Go ahead, Shoma.
Are you ready or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So my final submission would be, for ladies, if, getting married when you're getting married, just pray that you have a male child as your first seed. And then for men that if you're the only son of your father, pray for a son for your own good. That's all I have to say.
Hey, Mama. Hello.
Done. Chema, you done with your submission?
I don't even know why I'm sounding like area boy.
I'm finished.
Hold on, Dewale. I think Dupsy is taking closing remarks.
Yeah. So Adewale, you can go ahead with your 2 minute submission.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what I'm sounding like area boy this afternoon. Hey, yeah. I first and foremost, let me thank Tokwe for our submission today. To be honest, I praise her bravery. It's not everybody that can say what she said, because a lot of people going through a lot, and when it comes to personal story like that, it's a learning uh process for everyone. The world has gone beyond just husband and wife meeting. Sometimes the challenges come. I don't think anybody that wants children or that want a child can go for that child anytime. So far, you are able to provide for that child. That's the way, what that will encourage people. But if you know you cannot, you are not ready emotionally, you are not ready financially, then don't worry yourself. We live in a society, we put pressure on ourselves. Um, Even when society doesn't even care who we are, we always, want to keep up with the Joneses and have kids, build houses, buy cars, as long as you're in good health. And you only live one life. If you desire it, go for it. Now, these days, IVF, for those who can afford it, you go for it and get tested and, have your baby. Yeah, so far you can provide for it. That's what I will encourage. Well, but if you can't do that, there are a lot of kids, that needed, that wanted a good home that you can bring home and nurture them. And who knows whether even your own child that you bring to this world probably will not take care of you, but somebody else, another child that that you bring home will be the one to look after you when you are old. So that's just what I would say. Thank you, guys. Today's session has been wonderful. I enjoy you guys, even though to some extent it get a little bit more vulgar. And I never get vulgar. Don't say that. You always use those foul language, but I enjoy you guys. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Adewale, for always coming to support us. Thank you so much. Prince Daddy, my guy. Pastor. Until one way million. Pastor Prince.
I did.
Yeah. So we are listening to you.
Means that are you in church?
Rounding off. I think so.
Not right now. But yeah, but Sundays to go to church. What can I say? It's easier to give advice after the fact. So in hindsight, I would say what is more important right now is having a healthy child, baby, really. Yeah, obviously, we all want to have a male child, but if you have the opportunity to have a child, be grateful to God for what God has done for you, be it a male or female. But more importantly, is to have a healthy child. Thank you.
Can I go next, Ms. Dupsy? Ms. Dupsy, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Adama, go ahead. Yeah.
I just want to thank our audience that listen, and Tokwe, thanks for sharing your story, and I appreciate you. What I would say in having kids at an old age, It's your decision and where life takes you. Zoe, stop it. It's your decision and where life takes you. But like Ms. Dupsy says, it's good for a woman if you know you're a career woman or you're not ready to settle there, wherever your life is, please freeze your egg and freeze them at an earlier age, not an older age, because the older you get, your eggs are not as healthy as they need to be. And regarding the sex of a child, Prince Daddy said something that really touched me. And he said, you should worry as a parent, you should care about the health of your child over what sex the child is. One, none of us on this platform can create. So until you're in the position of creating, and if you know you have that finance where you want to pick the sex of your child and what you want it to, what the sex of your child wants, you want it to be, do that, because that is your prerogative and that's whatever you and your partner has decided to do. I believe in the foundation of raising a home with healthy kids. Healthy kids meaning the environment you raise them, what they see you do as a parent, instead of whatever their sex is. Because if, like I named, we have so many women who are managing Fortune 500 companies. I'm not saying that women are going to be men. No, I am married to a lovely man, and trust me, I love being his wife. And I love when he seeks for my input because he knows how fabulous his wife is. And to my great daughters who are watching, mommy is proud of you. Do not let anyone define you by your gender because the sky is your limit. Love you all.
Adama. Thank you, Adama, my co-host. Thank you so much. Guys, please always check this page on Sundays. If I'm not here, Adama or Chioma will always fill in for me. So it's not possible for me to come every Sunday, but those are my co-hosts and they do a great job. I hope you guys listened to Adama's submission last Sunday. She did a very good job. Thank you, sis, for always, supporting us.
Thank you so much. I just want to say, Dupsy, thank you, woman. Thank you for allowing me be myself. And for two people who think Adama is explicit, please, I'm just being myself. That's all.
Yeah.
And we take it with a sense of humor. We're just having banter. Please don't take us too serious. Thank you.
Please. Thank you so much, Adama, for saying that. Chiamaka, are you still with us? Okay,
Yes, yes,
Chiamaka,
yes, yes,
go
yes.
ahead. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I was in, on something. I have a visitor, so that's why I couldn't join.
Yeah,
Since
we're rounding off. So I want you
yeah.
to just give us some,
There's not much to say. It's just that, Prince Daddy has said it all. In all you do, just pray for a healthy child. That's the most important thing, not the gender of the child. Just pray for a healthy child. You might be running around looking for a male child. You might be still be getting female children. Trying to get just pray for a male a healthy child. That's the most important thing. And thank you to everyone. Thank you guys for allowing me in today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a nice day.
Thank you so
Chamaka,
much,
thank you so much.
Chiamaka.
Please
Thank
come
you.
back. Thank you. Come back.
Please,
I do
okay.
see you in the
Please.
evening. You come in the evening show. So thank
Uh-huh.
you. Please
All
come
right.
back. Don't take anything that we say on this platform personally. We all
No, it's
we
fine.
give
It's
these
fine. I've
girls
learned
gas,
already.
but listen, be yourself. So
Of
thank
course.
you.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Chiamaka, for
Thank you.
sharing your story with us too.
All right.
We
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Bye.
Thank you, Chiamaka.
Mhm.
And the next did I ask Tope? Tope, have
Yes,
you given
ma'am.
us your okay? Please, can you go ahead, Tope? Yeah.
If your desire is to have a child, my last submission will be open minded, explore all options possible. The world has changed now, there's technology. Please be open and explore all options possible to achieve your goal. There'll be sad periods, disappointments, period where you may tend to be in denial. One partner or the other may not be on board. Please do not allow that to discourage you. Forge ahead to the end goal. Irrespective of whatever God has blessed you with, a boy or a girl, a healthy child is what matters at the end of the day. Hold on to your faith, guys, and all will be well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tokwe. It's so emotional and so touching. When people just say things because they don't know, they talk out of ignorance. So when you know what women go through, especially a woman that desires to have a child, people would not be talking about the sex of the child. It takes a lot. The way their hormones play on them, the way they feel, it's too much. Please, people should get more education on these things. I get so emotional. I'm not a feminist. A lot of guys here think I'm a feminist. No, but I'm a human being. I'm very empathetic. I can, I put myself in people's position to be able to feel what they feel at a particular time. That's why I speak like that. So it's not about being feminine. I'm not. My husband is the head of my home. There's no dragging. Because the dragging is the head. And he has been like that for the past 24 years. So I'm not a feminist. I'm not amongst them. I can feel it when feminists are talking. I can relate with them. I can empathize with them. So people shouldn't even be mixing things up. Mike, my brother, go ahead with your submission.
Yeah,
Babalawo.
Yeah. Anyway, something just crossed my mind. Very important. I've always been trying to say it on some of these platforms, but today, thankfully, it just came across my mind. I think it's the high time we change the dynamic of how we see children, because most of us believe somehow we're only here to be there for only our own biological children. And I want to beg every Nigerian, especially those of you in the diaspora, or even those of you in Africa that have become successful, whatever, please look into adopting children that needs help, needs parents. Because when I go to Nigeria, I mingle around poor people a lot, especially children. Because I'm the kind of person I love kids, man. And there's so many children that don't have their parents alive anymore, man. They are just roaming, and a lot of them are very gifted, talented, brilliant. Some of them are born genius, and they don't have chance in life. They're just there, suffering, like and they're helpless. It's not their fault. Some of them don't know their parents. Some of them, their parents are probably crippled. In Africa, we don't have social system. We don't have welfare system. We don't have all those things. So they're just roaming around. So if I will heard you, you only take $1 a day to feed a child in Africa. I'm telling you. In Nigeria, $1 can take care of a child's feeding. Please, everybody, take this. God will reward you. I'm telling you. When I began to do that, God started rewarding me. Look into adopting. You don't even have to adopt full time. Just if it's 20% adoption of their life that you can change, just look into connecting with these children. If it's one, you can do two or as many. $1 a day can change their life. I'm telling you. Let's go into looking to helping children of Africa or Nigeria, wherever you come from, whether village or city, whatever. Let's look into raising other children. It's not only your own that you have to raise, or helping other children. Because I personally believe the reason we all came to this world is to live it better than the way we met it. So and the future are the children. So we have a bunch of children roaming around helpless. They just begging. Some of them talk to them. You would think they have parents. They don't have parents. They're just roaming around. They just begging people for a place to sleep. People they sleep from one grandmother or one relative. They abuse them. They run away. They find another people to accept them. There are so many children in Africa that needs adults, someone to help them. So we should not only focus on our own biological children. And these children, if you help them raise them, they will remember you just like their parents. Your own children remember you. So it's not only on biological child to focus on. So I think Africa will need to change the way our mindset in terms of how we look at what children are all about. It shouldn't only be your child. Let's look to helping all children or whatever to your own best. Adopt. If you're Nigerian diaspora, the only thing I contribute to that country,
Focus on children. Stop sitting around complaining about government, problem, poverty, crying all day. If you can't go and change things, go and change a child's life, one person's life, one child's life. Go there, and that's your own contribution. Adopt one child as homeless or helpless, fatherless, parentless. Do that, please. That's my task. That's the task I want to urge all of you guys to take on. Every Nigerian in diaspora, or that's at least financially good, help a child out there in Africa. There are children out there. I interact with them every time I go there. There's so many of them. I hear that story. Why your mama? Mama don't jow. I don't know. They're just roaming around. Let's do that, please. Let's look to helping children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike. Sometimes I don't even know where you are a Babalawo. I don't know. Because you're not speaking like somebody that has a religion. Because religious people, they don't talk like this. They are not empathetic enough to know that there are some other people out there that needs, somebody to take care of them. So thank you so much, Mike. I love your submission. Thank you, my brother. Woman, can you bring up the people that gave us gifts today so that we can say thank you to them?
Yes, just give me 1 second.
Yeah, Kulata, thank you so much, Kulata, for coming to support us today. Thank you so much, Kulata. IK, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for always coming. Dr. Alexander Gomez, that's the chairman of the platform. Thank you, sir, for always supporting us. We appreciate you, sir. Kulata again. Give me my screen. Don't mind Kulata. Kulata, thank you. PCH Right, thank you so much. Thank you for coming to support us today. Thank you so much. And that's me saying thank you to everyone for attending our Sunday sermon. Who again? Ike again. Thank you so much, Ike. Thank you so much. Thank you for always coming to support us. Dr. Alexandra Gomez, thank you, sir. Thank you for always coming to support us. Who again? So that's it for today. So I thank everyone for coming. So we've been, it has been an emotional topic, especially when people want to argue from the point that they are looking for a particular sex. It's so emotional to me. Tokpe, oh, thank you so much, Tokpe. Thank you, my sister. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you. I so much appreciate that. And Chiamaka to share the story. I thank you, Chiamaka, for sharing your story as well. It's always important for mothers to share the stories like that. Please do not let us talk like that. It's so not nice when you say you're looking for a particular sex. It's not good. It's not even nice. Let's just always ask for a healthy child. And the people that doesn't even have it, they still have children and they're still human beings. We should empathize with them. So please, everybody, thank you so much for coming today. We see you again next week, Sunday. Thank you, my boss. I so much appreciate you. I've got nothing but love for you, woman. God bless you.